Hello, everybody. Hello, 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 hello. Area. If you can hear me and you can see me loud and clear, let's get this up and running. Yes. That was a rude obstruction of justice. So, ladies and gentlemen, get the link of this live and share on everywhere possible. We let them know we are live and something hot is about to drop tonight. So hot in here. Woo, I'm sweating already. All right, so let's know where you're joining us from. Your name and where you're joining us from. Your name and where you're joining us from. Go share the link of this live on your status, everywhere, on the group, and to your friends, whoever you know would use this. Make them join. Oh, make them join. Kaduna, the story keeper from Somi Ojo from Ojo, Lagos. A pleasure having you. Okay. I see you, Kwevo Blessing. I see you, Obedience from Oshobo. Cynthia from Lagos. Hope yeah, I know it's pronounced Lagos. Same pronunciation with the Portuguese Lagos. Where is everyone? Let's get everyone on board. Let me go and bring. I'm not the speaker, I'm the host to the speaker. Joshua Awoni from Osun State, Chiso from Anambra, Chiwendo all the way from PH, Temi from Anambra. Okay, I see you, Korede from Oshobo. I see you, Blessed in Anambra. I see you. Let's get everyone up on this conversation. Let's get everyone into this conversation. I'll be honest with you guys, I didn't think hosting this challenge was gonna be so tasking on me. I did not realize it was gonna be this tasking. And also, yes, while we get everyone seated, I want to give you. I've been having a real concern. Something has been bothering me, and it is something I noticed from the community. How that we've done everything to. Lizzie from Lagos, I see you. We've done everything to get everyone seated. We have over 1,600 plus signed registered members in this challenge. We have 11 plus support groups. And on the via email, those are registered online. We have over 2,000 plus people actually. And I've done my best to send you emails to remind you and to give you valuable information. I've done my best to keep the community up and running. I've done my best to keep the support groups open, and even inside the support groups, we have groups of 10, it was supposed to be 100 members, but it looks like the support groups, some might be up to 100 and something plus. So that's about 10 to 11 accountability groups where you are broken into smaller cells, some smaller units of 10 members max. And each of these smaller units would have prefects to help keep things up and running. But it's quite discouraging when we have live sessions like this and we barely we barely scratch 10% or 5%, of the people who signed up for this. While I understand, of course, many things come up, the matters of life. But then after the class, I check the replay and I see, let me see, from the last class we had with Dr. Vivian, as powerful as that session was. It's a real concern, and that's why I'm talking about it on this call. Not a concern for me, obviously, but a concern for you. So the class with Dr. Vivian, we have 600 plus views, and the class with Kenny, Mr. Kenny Wonkoye, we had 1.3K views. That's the most we've had. And the concern I have is, before this whole challenge started, I made something clear. I said in every event like this, there are always those who show up to the end. There are those who fall by the wayside. Imagine a challenge of over 2,000 registered members, and the replay of a session meant for them gets less than that number, 600 or so out of 2,000. The question I keep asking is, why do people, and this pattern I'm seeing is not because it's a free challenge, even in paid cohorts like this is what I see. This is what I see. Paid cohorts. I mean, Blossom is here. She had a cohort recently with 400 plus people who paid. I would have loved, I think maybe, I don't know if she'll be willing to share. I would have loved to hear from her the percentage of people who showed up for just 4 days. You'll be amazed how people can pay for stuff and just neglect themselves. And this right here is the real big difference maker between those who win in life and those who don't. The ability to lock in and stay true till the end. So I'm saying this to you to encourage you. You are not wasting time. It's called a challenge for a reason. And I'm bringing a plethora of speakers with different areas of expertise for you to learn. For example, so you know what I have in mind. From Monday, that's why we're having a content class tonight with Blossom, so that Blossom will give us, I can't wait to introduce this speaker to you. From Monday, we'll start posting content on LinkedIn. I know that's what a lot of you or some of you have been itching for. I want to post. It is well. Of course, you would post, all right? So we'll start posting content. We'll post from Monday till, the weekend. And then we'll have another session probably on Saturday. I don't know. I don't want to have a session on Saturday. Another session on Sunday, where I'll also bring a speaker, or I will teach you a couple of things from what I've experienced or noticed with you guys. Then we'll have from Monday to Thursday. All right, you'll still have your content plan, but from Thursday, the second week, we're going to be having a series of classes too. I'm bringing Dr. Vivian back to teach us that. This time with Dr. Vivian is going to be on a Thursday, and you're going to have at least 2+ hours. That class is going to be a full download. And I'm aware a lot of people, tomorrow is Monday, we'll start posting. Yes, I'm aware a lot of people. I've been asking about the bonus she promised, the lecture. I've not gotten it yet, but when I do, I will send it to your email. So if you are not registered yet, it means you have not been getting my emails. Please make sure you are getting my emails. Check your promotions tab so that you do not miss it, because I'm going to send it to you via email so that you can favorite it, bookmark it, save it. You don't lose it. If for any reason, because WhatsApp chats, you could lose them, you could. But via email, you can, even if it's 10 years, as long as you still have access to that email, it will always be there for you. All right. So I'm sending to you via email. You want to ensure you are getting my emails. If you've signed up, that is, you register through inedjoseph.com/LCC, LinkedIn Comeback Challenge LCC. That means you've been receiving my emails. Just search your inbox, Ined Joseph, click search. You would see all the emails you have missed already. Please follow through. All right. Some people are already getting results from this thing. So based on I will give you a content plan, a content calendar. After tonight's session, I will send you that content plan on the WhatsApp group and via your email. And I'm going to give you a proper breakdown of what you are expected to do with that content plan. You have to post from Monday till Friday, right? Some people post every day, like people like Blossom, she posts daily. So someone is asking, are we to post every day? If you can, yes. I do not post every day. I don't have that grit. When I see people like Blossom do that, I'm like, Blossom, give me some of your grace, because I don't understand how you afford to post daily. But you see, consistency plus quality plus consistency would always beat anything. And Blossom is proof of that. Quality content consistently showing up. So if you can't do it, I advise do it. All right. You just have to learn how to spice up your content. You don't have to sound like a broken record. You have to just spice up your content so that you don't sound like you're saying the same thing every single day. And so, my advice, I said all this to say that if you start something, a challenge, finish it. And then also, just a quick one as well. The post, we're going to have an hashtag for it, because another concern I've been having is, while I understand that we have 1,600 plus members, we have support groups of 100 plus. Energy Hub is about 600 plus of us. I noticed that I want every one of us to connect with every one of us. So I want all 2,000 of us to connect. That means I'm expecting that by the end of this challenge, even if you came to this challenge with 50 followers, 100 followers, you should be able to leave this challenge with at least 2,000 members. So for that to happen, I thought about how we could use a hashtag, so that when people post with that hashtag, you just click the hashtag, find every post with that hashtag, connect with them. All right, connect with them. That's the first thing I have in mind. Secondly, for the support groups, I'm going to have a meeting with the admins. Already we've sent some messages in your groups. We asked you to vote. There was a poll sent out on your support groups. Please, if you're in your support groups and you've not done that, please go do that. Go to the support groups, click the poll, join a unit. Max per unit is 10 per unit, so that you have people checking up on you, following you up, people you would also follow up and check on. The idea is to make you build actual relationships, not just focus on vanity metrics and numbers game. Am I forgetting anything? Am I missing anything? Content plan will be sent, accountability groups join, show up till the end. That's why it's a challenge, for crying out loud. What else? Yes, so the final week, I'm bringing Dr. Vivian on board. I'm bringing another coach who I've already prepared. Both of them are in the same level, because I don't just want this to be a numbers exercise where you come, post, oh, coach, I got 1,000 impressions. I'm happy for you. Yes, coach, I got 500 connections. I'm happy for you. But the real news I'm looking for is, coach, I closed my first $1,000. I closed my first $500. Even if it's 500K, bring them. I go manage them. That is the news I want for you. And until that is a common thing in our midst, I'm not satisfied and I'm not done with you. But I need you to do me a favor, because I know go feed a drink Panadol for your own headache. You hear me? So show up. Okay, what happened? Can you all see and hear me? Yes, Dadiwa will come. I've not spoken to Dadiwa about the details yet, because I've just been going through a lot in terms of putting this together, sending emails, fixing things. So the people I have in mind, Dadiwa to come, and it will be a privilege to hear from Dadiwa. Sorry, Dr. Vivian, and I have a special order. She's someone who is known for helping people monetize their knowledge, turning it into a product and selling it. They say there's no poll in support group 10. Please, admin, who's the admin for support group 10? Please look into that. Why is there no poll in support group 10? I've not confirmed that. You could be wrong anyway. So one of the other coaches I'm bringing on board is Coach Becky Joe. You could look her up on LinkedIn. Becky Joe. She attempted a Guinness record, or a world record for gathering the most people in one room to teach them how to monetize social media. And I've seen this lady show up consistently and build a brand. And I'm like, wait, so most people are taking people are not taking advantage of the value you have to offer on LinkedIn. Please come on board and help our life. So she please, Vanilla Lom, I'm on a 30-day challenge. Don't stop. Just if you notice, just check the content plan. The idea is to show up and engage. That's the truth, right? You can always schedule the content plan either from that 30-day challenge or this one and just plan them. So 30-day plus 14 days is even bonus for you. That's 45, 44 days. So 44 days. And yeah, what else? I think we're good. So now the person I want to bring on board is someone who does not need any introduction, except of course you are coming from Twitter. Even if you're on Twitter, you should have seen Blossom somewhere on Twitter. Blossom is one of those people that I have come to admire her work ethic a lot. You see, while I find what she's doing on LinkedIn very impressive, I mean, this lady practically just came out of the blue in quote, and boom, every of her post, crosses a ceiling, gets a lot of engagement, and I'm like, how are they doing? Which secrets? And one thing I also noticed is that this woman is replying almost every comment on her post. I have studied what she is doing, and I'm saying, oh God, I beg now. This you deserve what you are getting, Blossom, because your work rate, I beg, Lao, I beg. You too do. And so, for those who are saying there are no polls in your support group, you want to be sure that if you join late, walk. Sorry for the break in transmission. If you join late, it means if you're not getting the polls, it probably you join late. So I'll plead with the admins if you can hear me, and if community manager Joyce, if you are here, please confirm in the admin support groups and see to it that these things are effective. We could just resend the polls to each group. So the person I want to bring on board before the rude interruption is someone I've come to admire our work ethic. And I'm not saying this because she's on this call. In fact, if you notice, for each coach, I carefully selected them, and these are people that I did not have to ask them, send me your bio. I know you, I know your bio, don't worry. I will introduce them so that their mind go day. So I watched this lady get viral content. But one thing I know for sure is virality is temporary. It doesn't matter how long. It's not a question of if, it's a question of when. All right? Take it from someone who would show up on LinkedIn and get back-to-back 1K, 2K plus 3K like it's normal until it was predictable. But I've come to understand that at some point, you just get tired of the numbers game and want to build something credible for yourself. And I've seen the way this woman moves. You could see the Dr. Vivian effect on her life, how she's very big on ideas, monetization. I can say this woman has the right people in her corner to talk to her and to guide her. So I'm happy she's already making the right moves in terms of monetization and growth. And there's no other person that I want to come to teach us about content, because every of these girls' content is blossoming. So for me, I actually wanted to tag this session the Blossom Effect or Content Blossom Masterclass, something like that, because I think content, I think Blossom, I think Blossom, I think content. So I figured there's no other person who I would want to talk to us about content, but much more about writing great hooks, about showing up consistently. How do you do with Blossom? How do you manage to show up 7 days a week, 24 days plus in 4 weeks, right? 7, okay, 14, 28 days, or all 30 days in a month. How you did do am? Because I know you have a life offline, So I'm really excited to have this woman come and teach you what it means to blossom on LinkedIn with content that doesn't just get you followers, but it gets you hired without applying. Ladies and men to join. Without any further ado, if your hands are not too busy, type me blossom in the comment section. Let's just see blossom, 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 blossom. Type blossom in the comment section so that before she comes on this live, she's going to be blushing, blushing, blushing. While you are typing your blossom, let's pray. Father, in the name of the Lord Jesus Christ, except the Lord build a house, they labor in vain that build. Lord, we ask, oh God, do not allow us fall by the wayside. Help us build what we are seeking to build. Help us to make it count. Yes, grant us results that are well pleasing in your sight. In Jesus' name, amen. And hallelujah, praise God, praise God. So let me see your blossom, 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 blossom. And if you have not yet shared this thing on your WhatsApp status, you are wrong. You are part of the problem I have in this challenge. Because tell me why I would spend all the time and money and energy. I'm running fuel because obviously NEPA is not anybody's friend. So for all this to be here, I'm actually spending good money and time and data. And only to share live, you cannot share. May God will visit you. And that visitation, you go get bad dream. I feel like I'm prophesying already. Let me not prophesy doom. But better go and share this before you see me in your dream with cutlass. Amen. I beg now. Okay, I don't threaten you, I beg. Thank you. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, with a round of applause and ovation, Blossom is going to be joining us and sharing our screen. All right. So, Lady Blossom, let's confirm your audio. Can you hear me? Which of the Blossom now? I'm seeing Blossom's device, Blossom Affia. Okay, so I think it's Blossom Affia.
Yes, I can hear you. Hi, Ina. Good evening. I'm so
God.
excited to see you and hear
See
your
voice
voice.
now, baby voice. Unfortunately, ladies and men to Jen, Blossom is not going to be showing us her fine face this night, but she will be showing us slide of glory. Slide of glory. So, Lady Blossom, over to you. I think I should add your slide already and get out of this stage.
Exactly. Okay, so hi everybody, good evening. I'm so happy to be here, and it's so sad that you won't get to see my face. I explained to Ine where I am right now. I can't do a video call at the moment. So I hope you guys will bear with me and just pay attention. One of the things I want you guys to take out from this session, or to do for me during this session, is to ensure that you are with your pen and paper, your notepad, whatever. Because if you've ever attended my class, my mouth is always flowing. Like, I don't even know how to gatekeep information. That was why when Ine invited me to talk about content, I was thinking about it, like, how do I explain content in like 45 minutes or how many minutes? I literally used like 3 days, like 3 good days to talk about content on LinkedIn. But regardless, I'm going to try my best to give you a whole lot of things during this period. So I hope you're with your pen and paper, and I really appreciate Ine. Thank you so much, my chief. He's someone I hold with high regard. I mean, when I started building on LinkedIn, sorry, I think I had about, was it 10K followers by then, when Ine was doing so well. Like, he's still doing so well, but like, that was when I knew him initially, and I never would have imagined that one day I'll come to teach his students. So it's an honor for me. I am very humbled, and I'm just so grateful to God that I could build a brand that could grow to this point. And that's why every time I teach people, I always teach them the possibilities. I'm going to share my story before we get into the content part, but like, the fact that you are in that particular spot right now does not mean you're going to remain there forever. I'm telling you, from this particular class, we are going to birth people that in few months' time, you could even be teaching my own students, all right? You could be teaching in Ines class, because you become so visible that you become irresistible. I don't know, are you guys catching it in the comment section? You become so visible that you become irresistible. Another person I would want to give a shout out to, I don't know if she's here, is Mother Ego. She's someone that has been a mother to me on LinkedIn, and she has been guiding me. You heard what Ines said. That's just it, literally. Like, she has really been intentional about my journey, and she has been showing up for me. So I'm really, really grateful to her. And every other person, my community members, I can't really see the comment section right now because I don't want to be distracted. But I see you guys, and you guys are doing so well. So let's get started tonight, all right? Joseph has prayed for us, so we don't need to do that. But we'll be discussing something that I love so much on LinkedIn. That's content. If you've studied my brand on LinkedIn, all right, you know that one of the things that made me grow so fast on LinkedIn in a year, I think I've been on LinkedIn for like 1 year, 4 months. Yes, 1 year, 4 months. The major thing that actually made me grow so well on LinkedIn would be my content, all right? And that's why I cannot teach LinkedIn without teaching content, all right? I would make you understand that your content is your currency on LinkedIn. All right. There's some people that will tell you, okay, when you come to LinkedIn, you can just, do anyhow you want to do, but you can position yourself well. You can you can position yourself well. You can maybe send out outreaches like warm DMs, cold DMs, and all of that. But that's not my story, because I came here to share my story and what worked for me and what took me from that nobody to a somebody. Took me from, yeah, should I say, zero to hero. I think that's how we say it on LinkedIn, and in like a year and 4 months. So mine was basically my content and my positioning. And I thank God that the first speaker, Kenny, spoke about it. Dr. Vivian has done monetization. So I'm here to preach the gospel of content and visibility on LinkedIn. Because in 2026, one of the things I tell creators is that your visibility game is going to take you further than you can ever imagine. All right. And for you to even be visible, your content has to be good. All right. That's another thing people fail to realize. When you realize that for you to stand out on LinkedIn, for you to get the numbers that you want, if you want numbers, because people want different things. There are people that want money primarily. There are people that want visibility at a particular time. There are some people that have the money, they just want the followers. Let me just grow my brand. Let me build my brand. Regardless of where you are, you can achieve your goals if your content is right. Now, this particular challenge that Ine hosted was interesting to me. And why is that? There's something that he calls the challenge that when I was preparing my slides, I was like, interesting. That's the whole comeback thing. That means there are many people that are here that are carrying the weight of, oh, I was once visible, but now I don't know what is stopping. I don't know what is going on with my algorithm. I don't know why my contents are not having impressions. I don't know why my contents are not having reach. I don't know why, no matter what I put out, I will still have 2 likes, 3 likes, 4 likes. Or some of yourself, you even gave up on the platform and you're trying to find a way to come back to LinkedIn. You're trying to find a way to revive your account. All right. There's one saying I love so much, that there is no story that is too dead for a comeback. There is no situation that is too dead for a comeback. So if you came here with a heavy heart, because beyond all this teaching, I know that there are some people that are actually going through a lot and really, really want LinkedIn to work for them. I don't know if you're like me. Let me even start going to my story. One of the reasons why I joined LinkedIn as at 2024 ending was that I had issues with my Fiverr. I had a lot of problems going on around me. I was so tired and frustrated. You know, when you're frustrated to the point that the next decision is like your only decision, you're like, the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to put my heart into it, and this is the only thing I have right now in my hands, and it has to work for me. That was my situation on LinkedIn. I was at that point when I joined LinkedIn. I didn't join with just my head, though. I joined with my heart, my body, my soul, my spirit. That's why some people till now, they don't still understand how I'm able to show up the way I am showing up on the platform. Okay. And okay, I can see some comments now. Oh, hi Hannah. I can see Hannah. That means I can see some people from my community. Hi everybody. So some people don't still understand like the drive. I know where I'm coming from. All right. So when it's time for me to show up, I don't need someone to push me. I don't need someone to tell me, Blossom, wake up and create content. Blossom, do this. Blossom, do that. No, it's from the inside. So if you come from that space where you know that this LinkedIn you know that this LinkedIn has to work for you, whether it's by Nook or by Crook. You put in the effort, you do the work to ensure that you actually get the results that you want. And I'm going to show you my own framework, what worked for me. Okay. Honestly, the Fiverr effect. Fiverr kicked me out of their platform. Like I had to just my brain just took a 360-degree turn around, and I had to find what to work for me. So I just put my whole heart into the whole LinkedIn thing, and by God's grace, LinkedIn worked for me. And I still had my low days. Let's go into the slides. So we are going to, see what we are going to discuss tonight. Like I said, we don't have much time and we have a lot to discuss. So let me just tell you a bit about myself and then we get going. So Blossom Affia, who is she? Some of you know me, some of you don't know me. I had to attach my picture here because I know that somewhere, somehow you've seen this picture, or maybe even if you've not seen it, please look at it now. So that in case you see me on social media, you say, that's Blossom. Oh, I heard that voice, so I heard that voice, somewhere, somehow. Now, who is Blossom? Blossom, presently by Favicon rankings, Nigeria's number one LinkedIn growth creator. I preach LinkedIn for a living, okay? It's something that you can wake me up from sleep. I can talk about anything and everything LinkedIn related. So that's number one. Glory to God. Top 1% globally. If you check it, you see the same thing. And I'm also the founder of Credence. So what is Credence? Credence is a marketing agency. We specialize in filling the gaps for founders, people that want to build authority, CEOs and executives. So you just need a body, a professional organization to help you fix your brand, to help you fix your positioning, your marketing strategies, all of that. Just come to Credence. We do that for you, from positioning to account management, so many things, email marketing. I have trained experts that do that. So I'm a founder of Credence, glory to God. And yeah, presently Favicon ranking number one marketing and sales in Nigeria, number one LinkedIn growth expert. We talked about that. And by God's grace, in 1 year, 4 months, I've been able to build a community of 93K plus followers. Remember what I'm saying? I don't know how to emphasize this. I did not say 93K followers, so that's why you barely see me write followers in my content. They are not my followers, they are my community members, because I intentionally build a community every single day. So that's one of the secrets of consistency. When you see me showing up every day, just know it's strategic, all right? The fact that consistency is not just about content strategy, it's about building trust. And the more people trust you, the more you build a community, the more they can pay you. All right, so we started our lectures for tonight, and I hope that helps. Now let's move into the business of the day. So now, as a creator on LinkedIn, I realize that a lot of people that are here, in fact, the majority of people in this call right now, there are people that are actually starting on LinkedIn, or they barely really have, a strong footing on how LinkedIn works. So I had to put this slide there because I want you to ask yourself a very, very realistic question. You show up every day on LinkedIn. Are you just a content creator, or you're actually building trust? Now, let me tell you the difference. A content creator is someone that shows up and posts randomly, okay? Anything and everything. I can just wake up and I just pour my heart, I'm just doing, maybe like treating LinkedIn like a diary per se, and boom, you go and you become frustrated. You're not monetized, you're not converting, you're not getting clients, you're not getting opportunities. Now, let me tell you what happens when you start building trust instead, because today's session is focused on trust building via your content. Now, when you build trust, there's something I'm going to talk about during the course of this session, the funnels of content. Now, what happens when you build trust is that people get to pay you, people get to buy from you, people become more confident in the fact that they can trust your camp, they can trust your services, they can trust your product. Now, a very typical example, because everything I teach on my slides, I teach them from lived experience. That's why if you see me on LinkedIn, I use my profile as a testing tool per se. So that when I come to teach you, I'm not teaching you because somebody said it. I'm teaching you because it worked for me. All right. So you heard when Ine mentioned that I hosted a camp. That was last week, a bit 2 weeks ago. Last week. Yeah, last week I hosted a bootcamp, masterclass bootcamp 4.0. and I hosted over 400 people. Now, do you know why majority of these people paid the money that they paid for that camp? I didn't have like a live session or something, or it's not that I've been on a LinkedIn live for a while, or I've had like group trainings or something prior to that that would maybe easily convert them per se. But do you know why these people paid right from the day I put out my flyer? It is because they trust me. And how did they trust me when they've not even been seeing my face? It is because they've been reading my content every day. Now, you see how important your content is in this whole LinkedIn thing. Because some people will come to LinkedIn and they are focused on every other thing apart from their content. Oh, Blossom, I'm not a content writer. Blossom, I don't know how to write. Blossom, what if I've not been writing all of my life? I don't know how to structure this, structure that. I thank God for LinkedIn and the new algorithm. That's the 360 brew. That's the name of the new algorithm on LinkedIn. I thank God for both of them because now LinkedIn doesn't even want you to be perfect. LinkedIn just wants you to say your mind, but say it in a way that builds trust, builds authority, and positions you as an expert. All right. So another thing about content writing is that the more you do it, you become better. That means you don't need to be an expert to start writing. You need to start writing to become an expert. Because a lot of you, your major issue on LinkedIn is going to be content writing. It's not that you've not learned how to position yourself like Kenny taught, or you've not learned how to monetize like Mama taught, or maybe branding and all those other things that Ine is going to teach or other speakers. But then your content game is so bad that people cannot even trust you to pay you. So ask yourself genuinely in this session, as I'm about to make a comeback on LinkedIn, are you focusing on creating content for likes, for virality, or you want to build a system of trust? Like I said, everybody has their own different needs. They have what they want at a certain point. But you need to understand that so that you know how to write the right content. Now, I've shared my story with you guys. How when I started writing, I didn't have likes. In fact, if you go back to my post on LinkedIn, the early stages, you're going to notice that my contents were not doing well. Okay. So I came from that place where even though I was a content writer prior to LinkedIn, Fiverr ranked me as a top, how did they call it? They gave me a badge. I was like number 2 on that particular gig. So I was making a lot of money there from writing blogs and articles and all of that. I was writing all of those things. So I was a good content writer, but then one of the things that happen when you come to LinkedIn is that you have to drop that thing that is in your mind and study the platform to know what works on that particular platform. So for LinkedIn, that means there is something called an anatomy of a good post on LinkedIn. There is something called an anatomy. This post might not work all the time. Or how would I put it? This particular structure of post is like you're sure it's going to give you the numbers, but then it doesn't limit your creativity. I want you to take note of that because there are some days you wake up and very viral, very random, weird things you just decide to put out. Boom, they'll give you the numbers. All right. So even if we have a structured anatomy for post on LinkedIn, which we feel everybody should at least know, you should be a creative writer. Don't feel ashamed or embarrassed or shy to put out your voice and your stories the way it is. As long as you are not oversharing, you're not trauma dumping, LinkedIn accepts it. And that's why nowadays people no longer see LinkedIn as that professional, robotish, AI-ish platform. People start to connect on LinkedIn human to human. I like the way Alex says it. It's no longer like a B2B, B2C. Not that those things don't work, but if you're a creator trying to build numbers, you see that the algorithm focus on how humans relate with other humans. That's why the psychology of human beings is very important on LinkedIn. I want you to take note of that. I'm going to say it again. If you want to win on LinkedIn when it comes to your content, you have to understand human psychology. What will I write today that will stop somebody? What would I write today in my hook that will make someone sit down and say, I need to read this post. What does this person want to say? I'm telling you, some days you might not have that spark. because obviously there are some days you have writer's block and all of that. There's some days you not have that spark, but majorly for the like most amount of time, you have to sit down and do the work. That's my problem, and that's the issue I have with many creators that want to start creating content on LinkedIn. The fact that you're not even sitting down to do the research, you just jump in. And I like the fact that, in as you mentioned, this particular challenge, it comes with a guideline, a calendar to help you guys, because that's very important. And the consistency in putting out this content is what is going to push your numbers. The way the algorithm works is that every post you make on LinkedIn, it builds on the previous post. So yes, they are independent of each other. When I mean independent, the numbers you have in your post today is not dependent on what you had yesterday. That means I can confidently tell you that as you're listening to me on this call, tomorrow morning you can write a viral post that does 2,000 likes, and the next day you can write a content and you have 100 likes. Are we getting this information so that you will have this mindset? If you don't have it, when these things happen, you just feel burned out and you disappear from LinkedIn again. Oh, the algorithm does not like me. People don't like me. I cannot do this. I am telling you this from experience. Before you can even build sustainable visibility on LinkedIn, it's that you've spent time on the platform. You cannot, that means hey God, you cannot just come to LinkedIn and in 1 month you expect that all your content to start doing 500 likes, 1,000 likes, like in a row. It doesn't happen that way. So you need to understand this so that you know how to craft your content calendar, your content system in a way that every day you bring out content, at least one thing that it should achieve for you is trust, especially if you want conversion. Now, this is just a summary of my story, my journey on LinkedIn. I started from that silence period where I was posting and posting and posting and posting, and I was not getting anything. I didn't even have likes. I didn't even have numbers. You know, when people say that, it's like if you have like um if you're getting likes on LinkedIn, or maybe you're viral on LinkedIn and you don't have money, that it's like it's painful, it's nothing, like it's, you shouldn't be in that position. My dear, I tell you, it's better for you to be viral and you don't have money than for you not to be viral and you don't have money at the same time. You will be so at least something is coming, okay, because the thing about virality or numbers, impression, likes is that people are trusting you. Okay, people are trusting you every day. Every single piece of content leads to trust, which is one of the most important factors when it comes to conversion. So at that beginning stage where I did not have the numbers, I did not have DM, nobody was even asking me. That's why when people say that they've been on LinkedIn for like 6 months, 7 months, and they did not have okay, someone said I'm trying to minimize and also come check the chat so that I'm sure that people are listening to me and they can hear me. Okay, so someone said it's not bold enough. I'm so sorry. Don't worry. After this, you're going to get the slides. All right. I'm so sorry about that. Just pay attention to me because I also don't want you to I don't want you to overly focus on the slides that you would miss what I have to say. All right, just listen to me. Personally, so I'm not reading from the slide entirely because I have my notepad here where I wrote things for you guys. So just listen to me and take notes, okay? So the silent season is what I talked about, where I didn't have, I was posting every time, no numbers, no DMs. People were not saying anything to me. Nobody was telling me, Blossom, I want to work with you. That happened for like 1 month, 2 months, all right? Not until I made that decision in my heart, okay, Blossom, you need to keep showing up. And that's what I'm going to tell you guys, because you see this comeback, you're coming back. In reality, you might not have the results in 1 month, okay? You might not have the results you want in 2 months. And I'm not praying negatively, like the prayer is that you have that. But in terms of numbers and like building a very, very solid brand, all right, it takes time. Even the algorithm on LinkedIn, the 360 brew itself says that you have to be patient, and then over time it looks at what you've been building and decides to favor you more. That's why you see that it's difficult for someone to come on LinkedIn and blow immediately. No, it's going to take like a month or two. So that decision in my heart, that period, okay, Blossom, okay, you're not seeing the numbers. You can just proceed to, um engaging, doubling down on your content and all of that. learning what works, because I'm a very inquisitive person, and that's one of the things that have helped me so far. Every day I want to know what works, what did not work, like what is the problem, okay? And that decision in my heart to keep showing up regardless is one of the things that helped me grow on LinkedIn, especially when it comes to my content. So someone was talking to me, was it yesterday? She was saying, Blossom, I went back to your first post on LinkedIn, and I was just seeing the transitioning and all of that. I said yes, because I'm not even someone that I'm okay. I'm not satisfied with where I am, okay? Because I believe that God made us to be more, all right? So at every point in my life, I want to do better. So I'm like learning, okay, what's the new tip I can add to my hook? What can I add to the body? How can I make my call to action different from what was there before? All right. So now the shift for me was that after I stayed silent on LinkedIn for a long time, nobody was really seeing me. I decided to take things into my hands, the decision phase. And then I went ahead to reposition myself on LinkedIn. Okay? Because beyond your content, oh God, when it comes to content, there's something we call a hook, all right? And when we talk about hooks on LinkedIn, people just have this misconception that hooks, it's like the first two, three lines, bam, that's everything. No, we have different types of hooks on LinkedIn. I don't even have those things on my slide. So I want to, like I said, this slide is just a summary of what I'm teaching. So please be with your pen and paper so that you can take notes of these things. Now, when we talk about hooks on LinkedIn, not just the written hooks, all right, we have something called the visual hook, and that is your picture, that is the designs, that's the infographic, that's the carousel. So for me, when I repositioned myself, this particular picture you see on my page today, it was my visual hook. In that, at that time, anybody that sees that picture on their feed, they would want to stop and like, who is this person? Let me listen to her. So I'm not telling you that after this bootcamp, you should go and take a picture and then neglect your content. Nobody will answer you. In fact, I trust LinkedIners. So you can be so beautiful, so gorgeous. Your picture could be like a 10 over 10. But if they notice that your page is not giving value, they are going to skip you. All right. You won't be able to build what you want to build. That is why the most important thing is your content and then your visuals. Your visuals should just support you. I'm sure those things have been spoken about. Ensure that you look like your brand. I didn't come to talk about positioning or branding, but that is how important perception can be. Now, when I took that shift, I repositioned myself. I noticed that the numbers started coming, all right? People started associating my picture, my content to my authority, and people started following me. Like, 1 year, 4 months, glory to God, I'm at 93K followers on LinkedIn. It is not easy. It is not easy. So you can imagine the sleepless nights, the consistency in posting. Like I've been posting since then till now every single day. And I know that one day I'll just wake up and say, Blossom, don't post again on Sunday, don't post again on Saturday, or don't post again on this day. Because now I've gotten to that phase, like Ine said, there was a time I was building visibility, but now I'm focused on conversions majorly on LinkedIn. So it's not that I don't want to be visible, but then I know what I want now. Like I'm more focused. That's why I say that for every stage you are in your journey, you need to know your why. So I came to LinkedIn focusing my growth on visibility, like Blossom be visible. And you see how powerful the mind is. I'm telling you, I had my most amount of followers that period, maybe because of my mindset and because that was what I was focused on. I wanted to build the numbers, I wanted to build the visibility, I wanted to build the recognition, I wanted to build the trust. And hey, God, you see another thing about this visibility trust thing that we are discussing. So I spent 6 months on LinkedIn building visibility and building trust. And maybe because I didn't really have need, like in terms of money and all of that. So my parents were still active and, very, I was the only girl at that time. So they were really taking care of me. So my head, everything in my mind was like, just be visible, all right, build a strong brand. And people were still sending me DMs, so regardless, because that's the thing about visibility. Once people know you and you have the numbers, they reach out to you. So as these people sent me these DMs and all of that, there came a time, I think it was July last year, I now decided that Blossom, you have to be more intentional about this your conversion thing. Or in fact, start converting. That was when I did my second rebranding on LinkedIn, and I positioned myself for conversion at that particular time. Now, let me tell you what happened to me that people will not really say, maybe because they were not in my shoes. But I'm going to tell you this from personal experience. The day I decided to convert on LinkedIn, was the beginning of my money era, because at that time I built trust to the point that there's no how I put out a link on my page that people will not click it to buy something from me. There is no way. In fact, there is no day I don't have a booking for calls. There is no day that people don't reach out to me to work with them. I'm telling you this from my heart of hearts. I was telling my students recently that I've built a brand that sometimes, in fact, sometimes I just want to take a step back and rest, because the pressure and the work that comes with visibility is one of the things that I think most top creators don't really talk about. All right. I had inbound leads, and I feel that's the prayer for everybody. I'm sharing my story because I want you to know the possibilities of building a solid brand on LinkedIn and focusing on the right thing at the right time. See, I'm not telling you not to chase money. Everybody likes money. But you see the fastest route to having inbound leads every day. I've given you my own story, my own story. And I pray that if you want to follow this, it's going to work for you. Now, let me tell you something I told my students, because this is how I teach. I will give you my experience so that you know the possibilities and you can just see it. You can start envisioning it for your brand. Now, I told my students something. This year alone, between January, or since I founded Credence till now, I've had inbound leads to the point that I fall sick talking to them. In fact, there is a day I'll see like 5, 6, 7 calls. People have booked it. And I'll just look at these calls. I'll be like, who is going to answer all these calls? I beg. Okay. So I'm giving glory to God because I know where I came from. All right. There was even a day someone paid for a call session with me. This one, I'm not even saying the free calls where I just audit them and all of that. Paid for a call session. I mean in USD. Like the person paid me dollars to talk to me. And as the person paid me, I was not feeling well. I called the woman that day when she came on board and she noticed I wasn't feeling well. I was trying to explain to her. She was not angry that I'm not professional. Why would I be sick during a call? In as much as that day, like the whole experience was traumatic, but I was grateful to God that I've gotten to a stage where, like, someone is paying me, but I cannot even attend the call because I was tired of picking calls that day. All right. This is what my content has done for me on LinkedIn. That's the point of all these stories I'm telling you. And why I'm sharing this is I'm going to share very interesting data with you right now. Now, do you know that 88% of people that buy on LinkedIn, they buy because of your content? That means other people can actually see you maybe in the comment section, which obviously your comments serve are content. Have you ever thought about it that way? Or maybe you just feel that it's just what you put out on your page that is the content. No, your comment is the content. Your DM is hey good. So it's a whole lot of things. But I want you to understand that 88% of buyers buy because of your content. So when you see us preaching content on LinkedIn, we are not preaching it because we want you to just wake up in the morning and put out anything and everything. If you know me, I'm someone that I love excellence, all right. So I feel that if you are a creator and you want to stand out on LinkedIn, you want people to know you and recognize you, you have to put in the effort in creating good content. You see all these things I'm telling you about my brand, my story per se, just to maybe inspire you and motivate you to show up and show up well. I'm telling you this because, in fact, 99% of the leads I've had on LinkedIn came from my content. Fatima Khan, during my session, she said the same thing. She came to me to hire me for a role to write content for her. I'm being very real. Fatima Khan, that's the number one LinkedIn growth expert in UK. The day she came to me, I was surprised. She was like, Blossom, I've been reading your content, and your content is just what I want. Like, I love it so much. All right. So, most of these people come to me via my content. So, please and please and please, I want you to pay attention to your content on LinkedIn. There's a lot to say about content writing, and I'm trying to just hit here, hit here, hit here, hit here, but I just hope you're getting something. All right. Now, this slide talks about the algorithm. Okay. It decides who sees you. In my class, we called it signal architecture. There's something we call signal architecture, and it's what you do as a creator to get eyes on you. That means in the game of visibility, there is a stage of people seeing you. That is the first stage. All right. People see you, and that's what happened to a lot of creators, and that's why most of them, once they get to that stage, they just stay stuck there. Okay, they just stay stuck at that particular point, and they are not moving to the next phase of being felt. Now, the first stage is that people see you, the algorithm see you. It is called signal architecture, and it ties back to your profile. I'm not really preaching visibility today, but I want you to understand that for people to see you on LinkedIn, your profile and your content need to speak the right message. That's just what I'm going to say for that. Now, the second thing is where trust happens. Now, trust is now what decides who hires you and who pays you. In fact, there's nobody that has free money that they can just throw away to anybody. All right. Before someone comes and pay you, even the littlest $10, $20, $50, they want to be sure that you are good at what you do. So you have to build trust. And that's what my slide is centered on, how to build trust with your content on LinkedIn. And this particular stage, I call it we called it resonance triggers in my algorithm in my visibility class. So we have signal architecture, we have resonance triggers. So signal architecture signals to people and the algorithm that you should be seen. Okay. Now the resonance triggers is what makes your content resonate with them, that they trust you and they want to buy from you. So we are going to fix those things for you today through your content. Now this is the highlight of my slides for today. I know you can't really see it. I'm going to send you the slides afterwards, but I want you to pay attention. Like I said, some of the things I'm discussing right now are not on the slides. So I also didn't really have time to listen to all the speakers. So I don't know what they discussed. So I hope I'm not repeating them. And I hope I can give you as much information as I can. Because if you know my teaching method, I say a lot of things per time. So please and please, I want you to pay attention. Now, the 5 pillars that brings about what we call a high trust content is what I call TRUST trust. TRUST trust. Now we are going to start with T. T stands for your transformation story. You see this comeback challenge you're doing. I don't know the plan that Ine has for tomorrow, your first post for tomorrow. But I'm telling you that that is the most important post you're going to post in the next 2, 3, 4 weeks. If you can nail that post, the rest of your content will do well. Okay? You're not just coming back to tell us, I am back, I disappeared and I came back. That is it. You now put the jumping emojis and all of that. No. Those things will do well, but then it won't connect you with people. So when we talk about transformation story, what are we talking about? We are talking about your journey. Okay, what happened? Why did you leave? You're able to come back and tell us that, this is what happened though. And that was what made me disappear from LinkedIn. Your comeback itself is the content for that day, especially tomorrow. So you give us the honest story. What was the struggle? What was the turning point? What was the results? Not just for you, your clients, because I believe that you didn't take a break from LinkedIn, or you were not, should I say, you were not showing up to offering, and then let's say you were kind of jobless in your house per se, you were not doing anything at home. No. You've been reading books, you've been taking courses, you've been learning, you've been upskilling, you've been working maybe from other platforms or something. So if you've been doing all of those things and you're coming back to LinkedIn to give us a comeback story, your story should be rich. Your story should have emotions. Let people understand. In fact, do you know that based on analytics and research, if you disappear from LinkedIn and you come back to LinkedIn, that first content has the potential to do numbers. In fact, most of the comeback stories on LinkedIn always do numbers because people are interested and they're happy to welcome you. That's LinkedIn for you. Like, sorry, welcome back, welcome back. Those posts to do numbers. So you have to take your time to show your journey, the process. Tell people why you disappeared and why you're coming back. See for trust. Okay. And now let me tell you something that comeback creators have as an advantage when it comes to something like this. You've been aware. Number one is your lived experience. That means you have a lot of gist for us on LinkedIn. If you don't have gist, go back and look at maybe the things that have been happening in your life. Because now the perception now is that this person left and is coming back and new. Abi. I hope you get. Maybe this person went to go and cook. So the person is coming back with so much fire and energy and all of that. So people are very ready to listen to you compared to the people that they see every day on their feed. So that is your own advantage. So I know a lot of creators that disappeared from LinkedIn for a while. And then when they came back with so much energy. Like, I want you guys to know that I went to go and maybe get baptized in the well of knowledge, or the well of wisdom, and then they get back to LinkedIn with so much energy, so much lived experiences, so much stories to tell. Your transformation story is very important in your comeback journey. All right. Now, the second thing I'm going to talk about is R, which is the reversal of myths. So now you're coming back to LinkedIn, like I said, you've learned a lot. So there are many things you should be ready to challenge. In fact, nowadays, I like myself because there was a season in my life where I was just trying to, be that middleman creator. I'm not here, I'm not there. Like, I'll just speak my truth and go. But now I'm thinking critically about things. I don't just accept anything and everything. At least let me use my brain to reason. Does this thing make sense? Does it not make sense? All right. If you now discover that there is something that people are doing in your niche that do not make sense, and you're able to bring it into your content, you will stand out. In fact, these kinds of content, they call it contrarian content on LinkedIn. And that's because people are tired of seeing the same thing every day. Consistency is key. And we know consistency is key, but tell us something else. We want someone that will boldly come out and tell us consistency is not key, or consistency is not a content strategy. All right, it is a trust strategy. Because a lot of people still feel today that consistency, if you want your content to do well, be consistent. No, you can post 3 times a week, 4 times a week, and you still build a good brand. But why are you showing up every day? Because every day you show up, it builds trust. That is a contrarian post, because people will still come to your comment section and be arguing. And the funny part is that the more they are arguing, like when I mean arguing, like should I say positive arguments, it's not like a negative one, all right? So the more they are discussing, debating, I think that's the word. The more they are debating about this whole thing in your comment section, the more reach you have. And that's one thing I like social media. Like, there was a time I had a post where people were discussing my conversation. I was like, yes, you people should just continue talking. Tell me. Because the more you people are saying this thing in my comment section, this one is saying A, this one is saying B, and all of that, your impressions are skyrocketing. So you should be able to come back on LinkedIn with a category-led brand. That is the name of the brand you need. You're not coming in to blend in, especially if you want to become more visible, you want to convert. Because even the clients, the people that want to pay you, are tired of seeing the same things every day. So you should be someone that challenges the status quo. People want to listen to you. Like, who is this audacious person? Like, I was telling my students one example. I think someone wrote a post that on a no me, I'm going to be like, Blossom, no, be a nice person. She wrote a post about the block button. She was like, if you want to try, I come to her comment section and say something that is not nice. She will block you she will block you immediately. That LinkedIn actually made the block button for a reason. And the post went viral. I'm telling you, viral. I was so surprised that people were agreeing. You say yes, yes, yes. So sometimes think about it. I'm not saying you should come on LinkedIn and start a fight, but then think about some of these things intellectually. Be confident, be audacious. As long as this thing is your truth and you know it is right, okay? Don't be scared to share these things on LinkedIn. We call it reversal of myth. Okay, I don't know. Let's see the comment section. I want to be sure people are following me. Let's see. So if you followed me so far, you've learned one or two things. Let me just see some emojis. I'm learning. Thank you or something. Let me be sure people are here with me. Okay. I can see Somi. I can see Mabel. I can see one. Oh, Oneness. Hi, Oneness. Whenever I see my community members, I know them. Hi. Okay, I can see Esohe, I can see Vivian, I can see B, I can see Goody Splendor, Chineye, thank you. I can see everybody. Thank you so much. All right, I'm glad that you're learning. Please, I want you to take these things very seriously. All right. Okay, let's move fast because I know we still have questions to answer. Now, the next thing we're going to talk about is the U, which is unfiltered truth. Remember, we are trying to build trust so that we can convert all of those $5,000 clients, 1,000, 10,000. Trust is important. It's easier for you to get money from people that way. All right. Now, the U stands for unfiltered truth. A lot of creators on LinkedIn, they feel that it is by telling us I've got a job every Monday that they build trust. Or maybe they would even, I don't even know whether to say it here, or they will even falsify numbers or letters or a lot of things, because I hear a lot of things happening, and I'm just like, for what? Like, why would you go to that extent? I'm not saying that. When we talk about unfiltered truth, number one, in fact, those two words are divided into two. We have unfiltered, we have truth. That means at least there should be a truth. We are not saying you should come and lie on LinkedIn. All right. No matter how desperate you are for a particular thing, just stand your ground. At least, if not for anything, for the fear of God. All right. So, truth, number one, and number two, unfiltered, in that LinkedIn is a platform where we have a lot of people that as should I use the word striving per se. Okay. So, it's easier for you to connect with people when you tell them about your struggles than your wins. I'm telling you this, and it's one of the things that helped me build my brand. I keep preaching it every day, that you understand that you want to, let's say, tell us about a follower count. Oh, I got to 90K followers. Yes, some days you can just come and say thank you, everybody, and that. But some days, sit down and tell people your story. Those are the contents that converts the most. People don't want to just, I don't know how to put it. They don't just want to see I am true to announce every time. They want to be part of your story. They want to be sure that you're a human being and you actually started from point zero. You didn't just fly and arrive at point 100. Unfiltered truth. Be vulnerable, but please, I would always say, social media does not forget. Social media does not forget. Social media does not forget. So even when we tell you to be vulnerable, tell your stories, tell your truth, we are also telling you that you have to understand that it's not every information you need to put outside. So for me, oh god, I spend time with my content. So except the days I just wake up randomly and something just drops in my spirit, I want to just say it. It's just like my content for today. I just woke up like 5 minutes to my posting time, and I'm like, this is just what I want to tell anybody that this is for. The person will just catch it and go the person's way. All right. So there are days like that, but there are some days you sit down and actually take your own time to review your content. You have to be sure that for every sentence you are putting out there, if someone should come back 5 years from now and quote that sentence, you'll be able to open your chest and tell them, yes, I wrote this thing, this is my story. Social media does not forget. Be vulnerable, but be vulnerable with sense. I don't know how to say this thing so that you understand. So we are telling you should open up and give us your truth unfiltered. Let people see the behind the scenes. Let people know that, okay, it took you 5 months to go from this to this. You were once broke. You were once, in a place where you thought that your life was going to end. You were once depressed, that kind of thing. Just like a comeback story you're going to say tomorrow. The best way to write that story is to give us your unfiltered truth. Tell them, oh, LinkedIn just felt like that place I wanted to run away from. Like, I'm just tired of all the things I see every day, this. But now I've come to a realization that for me to get to my destination, I have to trust the platform. Okay, you're able to sit down and really expatiate on that struggle. You paint a picture in your viewers' mind, your audience mind, so that they once they see the content, they just put themselves in your shoes and they want to engage immediately. That's the psychology of likes on LinkedIn. Okay, it's not that you're really saying something. It's not that you're really saying something that nobody has said, but you're able to communicate your vulnerability well. And we are not also saying that because of that, you would write an entire post and you put crying emoji everywhere, or maybe every day because of vulnerability or emotions, you're trying to, spark emotions. You now be using crying emojis every day. So the next day you want to write a post. After the first line, the second line, you put teary eye emoji. The next day, like that, like that. It's going to look so fake or unreal. Oh. Someone asked me a question one time that really struck a chord in my heart because I've not really thought about it. And what was the question? She was like, Blossom, for every content you put out every day on LinkedIn, what's one thing that you ensure is constant in all of those contents? And that particular question actually challenged my mind because I've not really thought about it. And can you even guess what I told her at the end of the day? Because I thought about it for a few seconds after she asked me. And the answer is authenticity. The fact that I even write my content in the morning is the most spontaneous thing I've done on LinkedIn. See all this content I put out on LinkedIn. I'm telling you, I write it maybe 1 hour to my posting time, or 30 minutes, or 20 minutes, depending on how the spirit leads, because I actually do pray for inspiration before I write my content. And if you're a Christian, you're a believer here, please take note of that. Because sometimes the inspiration is not even what you are learning or what you're seeing online. God will just drop something in your mind and you just boom, the content goes out. So when she asked me that question, I mentioned authenticity because I wish a lot of creators know that every day as you're writing on LinkedIn, you don't have to, maybe because you want to spike emotions, like I said, you put teary eye emoji, or maybe every day you're jumping the roof, jumping the ceiling. That's not how humans relate. And that's why you notice that there's not how we write those contents like 5 times a week and it will do well. It's not possible. Because some days people wake up and they are tired. They don't even want to even see I am true to announce. They'll not even answer you. Okay. You have to understand that some days people are just down in spirit. You have to find a way to lift up their spirits. That's content strategy. There are some days that, okay, I want to celebrate this, or yeah, let me jump and do this. At least today I'm happy. It's you per se. So like I said, I woke up today, I had a very different feeling. Bam. I'm like, okay, Blossom, this is what I want to put out. Yesterday, the same thing. Friday, the same thing. Okay, that authenticity is very, 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 very important. We are talking about unfiltered truth. Now, the next thing we're going to talk about is specific proof. Now, one of the things I love about Ine, I think when he came to my boot camp, he was just saying it every time, and I'm like, can you just stop it? Because he actually registered it in my head. And when you talk about specific proof, is that even if you are so talented, you are the head of content writing agency in Nigeria, we don't want to know, we want to see the numbers. In there we say, no be show us working. That is where the specific proof comes in. So you're not just telling us, okay, I help businesses grow. Anybody can help businesses grow. So even if you've been helping businesses since 1999 till now, if you're not able to show us the specific proof and numbers, yes, show workings. Thank you, my chief. So if you're not able to show us the specific proof and numbers, you have a lot to do. So every time you work with clients, that's one of the mistakes I made when I started LinkedIn. I wasn't really recording all of these things because there were just too many. So like it's just like recently my chief marketing officer in Credence was asking me questions, and I'm like, God, where do I start finding all these details from? So you have to maybe keep a file, a document, a swipe file where you actively collate proof of work. It can be numbers, it could be screenshots, it could be case studies. Let's say you're a graphics designer now, you designed a page for somebody, screenshot it, get a testimonial from them. All right, because you need that for your next sales process. Because you understand that, okay, if I come to LinkedIn and I post this and people see it's beautiful, you would most likely land clients. So when we talk about content, which I'm going to summarize because there's a lot to say, but I want to just hit the important things. You have to understand that there are different types of content. First off, I'm going to talk about that. But if you don't understand how to balance all of this content, you're going to build a brand that is sufficient in one thing and deficient in another. So when I get to that stage, I'm going to talk about that. But please and please show workings. Be specific in the numbers. Call it out. I took a brand. You're a social media manager. I took a brand from zero or a bit, let's say 10 impressions to like 1,000 impressions per week. That is something. And I think some of us too, we always wait until we have a very grand result before we share it. No. Even in those little things, please share it. Save those testimonials, bring it and tell us. That is the principle of conversion. The fact that when you put out these things, people trust you more and they are ready to pay you the money that you are worth. You see some creators saying, hey, this client charged me 80,000. Like someone reached out to me and told me that someone charged that price that I think was it 80,000 naira for social media management. I wanted to cry. Because why would you be paying someone 80,000 naira to manage your LinkedIn account? I mean, starting from the content to everything, it's the way you position yourself. And I'm sure Mother Eagle must have talked about her. Must have talked about this because I trust her. She's not even someone that even wants them to undercharge you or be underprice you, all of the above. So you need to understand that the way you position yourself and you put out content and you put out proof of work is the way people will perceive your value and decide to pay you. That's for us. Now, the last thing is teach with your point of view. Please don't be a generic person. Don't be a generalist. Just be a specialist. Like I said, if you want to come back on LinkedIn, emphasis on building a category-led brand. Have things that you stand for. Have a specific point of view that is not the normal. All right? Maybe your voice, your style, bring in your personality.
into the whole thing, and you're going to convert better. Now, when we talk about point of view, we're also talking about things like tone of writing. Okay, that's why when I teach consistency to people, I always tell them that you have to understand that consistency also matters when it comes to tone. So someone reads Ines post now and laughs. They know how Ine writes and they're looking forward to his content. Someone read, who is this? My friend's post, Jasmine, and then there is how she writes her content. You know it's Jasmine. Someone reads Mother Eagle's post. They know that this is how Mother Eagle writes. Someone reads my post. Okay, this is how Blossom writes. Why? Because we've been able to teach from that particular point for a while and people have gotten acclimatized with it. So when we also say we should teach from your point of view, that's where storytelling comes in. And storytelling is the most important thing when it comes to visibility, when it comes to attracting numbers, when it comes to building a strong brand. Because, like I said, anybody can wake up on LinkedIn and say, consistency is key. But then if you're able to tell us that, like for me now, if I want to preach consistency is key, I'll not even write consistency is key. I will just come and tell you the story of my life, how I've been showing up for 500 days and he gave me this, he gave me this. It got me a paid speaking invite. You know, they invited me to this. I reached, I had connections with top creators from around the world. I got into this association. I spoke with this. You know, I'm listing all of those things out. Then at the end of the day, I'm now like, whenever I sit down and look back at it, I realized that showing up every day on LinkedIn was one of the things that got me to this particular point. So in all of our strategies, we should not neglect consistency. What is the message of the post? Is consistency is key. But my experience is what makes it unique. That's why storytelling is important. Oh, Blossom, I'm very shy. Blossom, I don't know how to tell my stories. Blossom, oh, I'm an introvert. There's nothing I've not heard though, and all of that. You have to learn. You have to learn to put it out there because that is what separates you from another brand. I think when we talk about personal branding, people don't even understand what personal branding is. That's why I like the way Adefe differentiated it recently. It was very interesting. Like personal branding is personal because it's personal. Like that personal in the branding is what makes it personal. So that means if you're not telling your stories in your brand, maybe you're just building, let's say, a topic-led brand. Okay, you just want to be talking about a particular topic, bam, and it's not a personal brand. Your brand is personal because you share your stories. You take people through the journey. You take people through the process. And that is what makes your content convert the most. Because I'm telling you, there is no tip you want to share now on LinkedIn that people cannot search on Claude, cannot search on Perplexity, cannot search on ChatGPT. All of this information are out there. But if you remember that you have a specific point of view, people just want to know your opinion about these things. It's just like some of you now, some of you on this call now, especially my community. In fact, if you're in my community, you've learned a lot from me. I'm sure that, in fact, most times when I want to have a class, I'm like, what am I going to teach these people that I've not told them before? But people still pay. And I'm telling you, for every class I hold, I have, in fact, new information for them. Ask all my bootcamp people. Every class I have new information because I learn every day. That's one. But then people pay me not because they don't know how to go about LinkedIn, but because they want to come and hear my opinion about it. Okay, what does Blossom have to say about this? Okay, what's her point of view on this? How is she able to do this? How is she able to do that? Your point of view is very important. Now we're about to end our slides, all right? But there's something I want to teach you guys. So I talked about the anatomy of a good content. Like I said, there's a lot about content, and I don't know. I'm trying to blend all of them, but I know I have Q&A with you guys. So there's a lot about content, but there's something called the anatomy of a good content on LinkedIn, where we have the hook, we have the body, we have the call to action. Now the hook in your post, like I said, if it's a written hook, it can be the first 3 lines of your content in a mobile phone, in a mobile device, because if you put that hook in your laptop, it might be one line. Okay, so sometimes when we define this, let's be specific so that we don't confuse people. Because if you just say 3 lines, someone can use the laptop and write 3 lines. And when they bring it to the mobile phone, it will look like, an essay or a paragraph. So you have to understand that the first 3 lines in your mobile device, that is what a hook is, a written hook. Because like we've heard, we have the visual hook. We also have another hook, which is your headline, the one that pops up below your name. Yes, below your name in comment section and all of that. It's also a hook. People don't think about it that way. They just think that hook is this. No. Some people read your content because they see your headline and they're like, interesting. Number one, maybe personal. I think someone uses personal and something. That was what I was using before. And people are like, even if the content hook is not interesting, they're like, I want to know what this person is saying, and they want to check the profile. So we have the written hook, we have the visual hook, we have the hook in your headlines, we have other types of hooks. But I think I've said enough for that. And now, how do you craft a good hook on LinkedIn? A good hook on LinkedIn is psychology. And the thing is that the more you do it, the better. I thank God for AI now. AI is helping people, but you still need to understand it because there's some results AI will give you that will not still do well. All right. Now, what's the psychology of a good hook on LinkedIn? Is that you want to stop people in their scroll. You want anybody, not just your community members. My community members who can always show up for me, like look for my post. Even if I write, hello guys, I have something for you today, they will stop the scroll. But there's someone else that will put out that hook and they will not stop. So when you're thinking about a hook, you're thinking beyond your community to your second degree connections, your third degree connections. I don't know if all these things have been explained. Like I said, I've not listened to the other speakers, but then there's something we call second degree connections, third degree connections on LinkedIn. And the content distribution, the way the visibility system works is that the algorithm will push you first to the first degree connection, people that are connected to you, push you to the second degree connection, people that are connected to the people that are connected to you, push you to the third degree connection, people that are connected to the people that are connected to the people that are connected to you. I don't know if that makes sense. But then if it doesn't make sense, maybe you can ask Ine, is going to explain further. So that's how content distribution happens. So if you want to think of a hook, you're thinking beyond your first degree connections. That are people that know you and maybe have seen you before, to people that have not seen you at all. Because the truth about visibility, impressions, and numbers is that the more new people see you, the farther your content goes. So you sit down and think, how do I want to create this? Do I want to write an emotional hook? All right, something like let's say people, okay, let me just do something generic. Maybe I've been sick for 3 months and I cannot believe that this is what happened, or this was the cause of the sickness, or something like that. Emotional hook. People would readily stop because, like, they are humans, all right? The emotions connect with them. Or let's say post like celebrating followers. You're not using those jumping emotions. You're like, I cannot believe I finally went from maybe 2K impressions to 2K followers to like 5K followers in 3 months, and use that very sad emoji and all of that. Emotions. Remember I said that your post should be authentic. If you're not feeling that way, you don't need to pretend, because your content will not your content will not resonate with people. So it's the way you feel you convey the message. Or let's say you lost money on LinkedIn. I lost a $10,000 client yesterday. You guys, I cannot believe that this is the reason. A lot of people will stop. You see all these hooks I'm saying now, they're from my head because I've written content to the point that I can just sit down and craft hooks like randomly. But then I want you to understand that, like I said, you have to start to become an expert. You don't need to be an expert to start. You have to start to become an expert. So you have to sit down and think about emotions. That's number one, emotional hooks. Or let's say LinkedIn restricted your account. That's another emotional this thing. You come and tell us on LinkedIn, okay, I woke up this morning to the saddest thing ever. My account was restricted. People will like that post. People will comment. I'm giving you the psychology of hook. That's why I said the behavior. There's something called psychological behavior when it comes to LinkedIn, and the way the algorithm blends all of these things together. So we have that. We also have what we call relatable hooks. Relatable hooks now, for example, let's say you want to call, let's say, a graphics designer. You're a graphics designer, right? You want to write a post for your community members, your niche audience, and all of that. And he said, if you're a graphics designer on LinkedIn, I just discovered a tool that will make your design journey easier in, let's say, or maybe make you design a project in 5 minutes, something like that. Most graphics designer who doesn't want to design something in 5 minutes, they will stop. Or let's say, like, now I am a brand strategist. I'm not like if you're a LinkedIn creator, I found one hack that is going to increase your impressions in 3 hours. Okay, that's a hook. Anybody, like the way I'm even mentioning these hooks, if you see it on my page, you want to read it. What did Blossom find? I want to know, what is that secret? That's the psychology. You see, I didn't even put in my slides because I don't want it to look like something I read from somewhere. You have to know it inside, so that when let's say you prompt an AI and it gives you something that doesn't add up, you know how to tweak it. by yourself. So let's say now you're a virtual assistant. Oh, if you're a virtual assistant, this particular tool will increase your productivity in this, that. Relatable hooks. So it relates to this particular people at this particular point in time. And those are the people you see majorly in your comment section. Now, let's now switch over. Let's say, there's one I call curiosity field hooks. That's like a cliffhanger. Yes, like a cliffhanger. That one is like a suspense kind of hook. Like one of them I like to use something like, you guys, I cannot believe what happened to me yesterday. Starting from my community members. What happened to Blossom? I want to read. Okay, so it's that suspense, the fact that I'm able to engineer that curiosity in people's hearts is very important for your hook. Or let's say, I lost a client. I'll come to LinkedIn and say, I lost a $50,000 client yesterday because of this one tiny mistake. People will read the post. People will read the post because they want to know how to avoid that mistake. All right, so that's the psychology of a good hook on LinkedIn. If you can master that, in fact, you are good to go. I tell people it's better for your hook to be good than for your body to be good. Better for you to focus on your hook and craft a good hook and people click see more. At least if they click see more and they don't read the rest of the post, no problem. The algorithm will recognize it. But if your body is so good, you're so talented, you're so skilled, you have the information inside your body, and you write the body of the post and then you mess up when it comes to your hook, the algorithm will skip you. Okay, because people are not even clicking to see more. So ensure that your hook is very good. Now, the body of your post, you can use storytelling like we've talked about. Ensure that every story has a lesson attached to it. Number two, you can use problem, agitate, solution. Start with a problem, agitate it, give a solution. Now, when I say start with a problem, let's say I want to write a content PAS, and I'm like, if you've been building on LinkedIn, and okay, what am I even saying? Let me use the content I wrote on Friday. LinkedIn beginners one shortcut to go do this 10 things, I'll be 11 things, and thank me later. I think that content did well. So what did I talk? The problem, many people want shortcuts, all right? I call them out, and I know it's specifically beginners, even if I know that that content is for everybody and anybody. So LinkedIn creators have this, and then I agitate it a bit. Let's say I want to add more details. Like a few months ago, I thought it was impossible because I was at that stage where I felt that you have to be on LinkedIn for 3 years before you get a result. Sorry, excuse. So I now go further to say, so after building on LinkedIn for 1 year, 4 months, and I've gotten the results I have, these are the secrets you need to know if you want to level up now. I'm creating content from my brain right now because that's the truth about LinkedIn. The more you do it, the more it sticks into your head, all right? Then you go down to give a solution. You see, we started with problem, we agitated it, we gave a solution. So that content is going to convert because the way human beings are wired, they don't just want to be reading stories and laughing every day. They have problems and they want solutions. So if they know that you are a solution provider, they are going to stick with you. They're going to follow you. They'll want to buy with you. They'll trust you, and they're going to become a part of your community. Now, your call to action, I think I wrote something about it here somewhere in this slide. I think I wrote something about call to action where you don't have to. Yeah, I think I wrote something about it. You don't have to oversell. In fact, the easiest way for you to convert people is to have a conversation with them. And that's why sales on LinkedIn is important. Some people conversion, I want to make money, I want to make money. Do you know how to sell? Do you know how to market yourself? Do you know how to manage the conversations in your DMs? So there is a whole lot to LinkedIn beyond visibility, conversion, putting out conversion, all of. There are many other skills that are necessary, but we are not talking about sales and marketing today. But I want you to know that it is important. All right, and that's why did I even come to the CTA? Your call to action on LinkedIn is very important because you're not how was the you are not forcing people into your DM. Okay, it's not by force. It's not DM me all this to work with me. DM me. It sounds so forceful. All right. So you have to know and craft a way where you lead them naturally to your DMs. I think I had an example somewhere in this slide. You see it. So something like if you want to grow on LinkedIn, I'm ready to help you. Send me a DM. That sounds like a gift, and not if you want to DM me all this today to work with me. I am the best social media manager on LinkedIn. Full stop. It's so God that day. So you have to know how to craft a good call to action. A good call to action should feel like a gift, especially when you're writing conversion content. Oh my God, I have a lot to talk about because we have something we call conversion content. We have something we call awareness content. We have something we call credibility content, and that's where the tofu, mofu, bofu comes in. I know tofu, mofu, bofu is sounding Chinese. Yes, it's actually coined from Chinese. It's like a marketing funnel we use on LinkedIn to convert content. So we have tofu, top of the funnel. We have mofu, we have middle of the funnel content. Then we have bofu, bottom of the funnel content. So tofu, mofu, bofu. Tofu is literally awareness content, all right? Content you just put out there for the likes, the followers, all of that. People are interested. So it's like you thinking of it like, let's say a pyramid, or let's say a bucket. Yes, you know how a bucket is. It is wide on top and narrow down. So that top part is what we call top of the funnel, awareness. Like it will give you likes, numbers, all of those things. Example, motivational posts. Example of those kinds of content. Also, we have storytelling, vulnerable posts, and all of that. It does that. Then you now move to mofu. That's where you do credibility. That's where you show your expertise. That means you're telling these people that you attracted in the first phase that you are credible. How do you tell them you're credible when it comes to mofu? That's where you look at things like how to frameworks, you're giving strategies, all of that. People are now like, this person is very credible. This person sounds like an authority. This person sounds as if he or she knows his or her onions. And that is where trust is built, because it's not by likes. Like I said, it's not by likes and followers. It is at that point where you realize that you have to build trust and you start showing your credibility and expertise. Now the last one is bofu, which is for conversion, which we've talked about. It has to do with results and social proof. So if you understand these three types of content, you know how to plan a content calendar better. So let's just get ahead. So this is it. All right. So for many of you that have been quiet on LinkedIn, it's not failure at all. I want you to know that your comeback is going to actually be purposeful and you're going to get results. So I think this is the second to the last slide where I gave you practical frameworks on how to come back on LinkedIn. Maybe after Ines post like the calendar and all of that, we find a way to put it there. But you need to know how to structure it well into your calendar so that you get results. So let's say the first phase is your planting phase. That's going to be like week 1 on LinkedIn, where you're announcing to people that you're back. Remember, I said that that first post is the most important post. So put in effort this night to craft a very good content. All right. Energy, tell us your story, be vulnerable, all of that. I want to, in fact, as you write this post tomorrow, if you want to tag me. I want to see the post because I want to see whether you guys actually learned from this particular session. All right. So ensure that you put your stories, be vulnerable, you share some of these things that we've talked about today there. So, and then beyond that particular content, the next content you're going to write that week, ensure that you've repositioned yourself, because like I said, you're not just coming back empty. You're coming back. Thank God you even have Ine. Ine has already done the work for you. So you're coming back filled. You're coming back with direction. You're coming back with clarity. And if you don't communicate it to people, people will not understand. So maybe one of the days you're writing your content, ensure that you're specifically telling people, like you're giving people your comeback processes. Like you're telling us who you serve, why you're serving them, what you solve, what did you learn when you went away, what are you coming back with, what should we be expecting from you. You're able to plant that. It's very important. Then from the following week, that's the second week to like week 3, you have to reactivate your old recruit. This is specifically for people that maybe have been on LinkedIn for a while and then they left, or maybe they just had their numbers dropped and all of that. So you have to do something I call reactivation. So instead of looking for the next place to connect with people and follow, try to reconnect with your community, people you've not seen for a while, people that knew you before, all right, and they are still active on LinkedIn. Try to reconnect with them. Very important. People skip this step and they try to rush towards, the next person that they should follow. No, go back and reactivate them. It's going to be easier building that way. All right. Now, the last one is what we've just talked about, the call to action. Please, when you start bringing your call to action, know and understand the science of converting when it comes to call to action. Know that it is not by force. All right. Know how to put it in a way that people see it as a door, as a gift, rather than rather than how would I even put it? Rather than some maybe forceful kind of act or something. So that soft open door is important because we are talking about conversion. We want you to convert. So I think this is the last slide for tonight, and I want you to know that the algorithm will change. It always does, but the way human beings respond to things will not change. Like the way we respond to things, the way we trust things, all of those things, they are constant. So you have to first off leave off that old belief you had, because some people that are coming back to LinkedIn now, they still have some old ideologies about the platform. You have to know that the algorithm has changed, not even will change, it has changed. But one of the things that don't change is the way humans behave. So you have to lean into that as your own competitive advantage, and it's going to help you. So for you to build something that lasts, focus on human beings, focus on building trust, focus on conversion. And I tell you, you're going to make a whole lot of money on LinkedIn. I mean, a whole lot of money on LinkedIn. So I hope with these few points of mine, I've been able to, touch a bit here and there on content writing. I was trying my best to see how I can just touch different things, and I hope that that has helped. So over to you, my boss. Thank you very much once again. I really appreciate you. Okay, so I can see the comment section, but my boss has not joined me yet. So let me see the energy while I'm waiting for him to come. Oh my God, you guys are making me shy now. Oh, thank you so much. So let me mention you guys' name as I'm seeing them come in. I can see Oneness. Oneness, thank you. You're so, so supportive and sweet. God bless you. I can see Adeyemi. Thank you so much. Mabel, thank you so much. We have BJ. Thank you so much. We have Sloan. Thank you, dear. That's so kind of you. Esohi, thank you. Chinyere. Chinyere Onu, I know her as well. Thank you so much. Obedience, thank you. God, you guys are just making me so excited. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the love and the energy. Thank you so
So,
much. Thank you so much. Thank you. So, Ine, over to you. I'm done.
thank you so much, Madam Blossom. So, you know what I did? I actually went to join live on YouTube so that I'm getting the value at the same frequency with other people. So, at some point, I realized that you were wrapping up on the live session. I'm like, wait, this babe go on the wrap up for real life. Because in real life at the studio, it's faster compared to on YouTube. So I decided to do faceless like you too. Since now faceless they work now, maybe that's the secret of blossoming. For me, I want to blossom. Oh, I want to blossom. Oh, so Lady Blossom, thank you so very much. I would send you a message about the content, and I know you mentioned something about things to add to the content plan, because right now I have not crafted the whole content, the full content plan yet. All I know is that, oh yeah, now don't see me, calm down, calm down. So all I know is that the I have a plan to give y'all content a content plan for the week. All right, so let me remember. I've not been facing the screen since. So the plan next is to so I'll just speak with you, Blossom. Let me know the structure you have in mind or the things you said about content. I know you said there's something to add to the content plan. I'll just work with that and give them. I already love the comeback idea, and that was the idea for tomorrow's post. The whole that's why I was telling them in the community, don't post yet. But some people know the year word, they carry themselves, they go they post. So how will it make sense if you've been posting? How do you now come back and say this is my comeback? Anyways, we'll all be fine eventually. We will all be fine. So do we have any questions for Blossom before? In fact, we don't have questions for Blossom. Blossom, don't try. Blossom, go and rest. But if you're still up here for some questions, we could take some questions. Maybe 2, maybe 3 questions. Yes. So Ogene Blum Blum. Let's talk in the DM for the content suggestions or plan, because right now I'm open to every idea. When the moment you talked about that whole content stuff about the announcement post tomorrow, I'm like, I'm game. And so I want to enter your DM. I feel like there is more from where that came from. There's more from where that came from. Let me add it to the ideas I have in mind. You know, one of the things I've learned. Oh, you are even there. I thought maybe you don't go sleep.
No, I'm here. Thank you so much. All right, no problem. Yeah.
No, don't sleep here too. If you are still okay, stay. Oh, they don't want you to go anyway. So there's something. One of the things I've learned over time, and I learned that from interacting with Mother Ego, is that no matter how good you are, great, or how much you know, you are better off with people who also know stuff. You might feel there's so many things you know, but at some point you just get familiar with them that you no longer just rate them. And so getting to hear it from someone who is doing the simple things, because there's something I've learned over time on LinkedIn. People really think what helps people grow on LinkedIn is one secret content, one secret marketing, one secret hack. The real secret is an open secret, which is what Blossom has exposed to you tonight. Content. People always spend a lot of time saying, oh, is this my branding okay? Is this one good? And they forget that the real driver is your content. Your profile is the vehicle as well, at best. Your profile can say full stop, but your content is what drives everything else. Any gig you're going to get on LinkedIn is going to be based on how you weave content. And Blossom is a perfect example. And she ate tonight. Madam, let's celebrate Organe Blom Blom. Let's give her some fire. Some fire, Blossom fire. I'm really just so blessed to have this quality of people in my network. So I would revert to your DM, Blossom. Please come and go. You don't try. All right, go and have a good night rest. You've been speaking for an hour plus, almost 1 hour 30 minutes. You've done well, and I would say thank you. And the fact that your face did not even show, we didn't even feel it. I mean, with the slides, with the voice, with the value you shared, I followed because I'm like, this Blossom, I need to know what is her secret. What is the juju she's using on LinkedIn? And I've caught the juju. The Otumakbo that Blossom shared today. That soap, I must use the soap to bath. So thank you so much, everyone, for showing up tonight. I think that's pretty much. Someone says, so Blossom, I stopped posting because I've been occupied with school stuff as final year student. How do you think I can balance showing up and be relevant? This is a very important question. I would love to hear what you have to say, Blossom.
Okay. I don't know if I should share my story, but then I'm going to leave my story. But then I feel that as a student, okay, you don't have to do too much. All right. You have to prioritize what is important to you at that particular time. So if it's your academics and you know you have to focus on it primarily, please don't kill yourself on LinkedIn. When you're done, you can always come back because LinkedIn actually requires work. All right, it requires a lot of work. But would I tell you to just leave your account? No, you have to find a rhythm that works for you and your calendar. So you're going to check your calendar. What days can you show up? What time can you show up? It's better for you to show up than for you not to show up at all. And those days that you decide to show up eventually, please and please ensure that you are showing up well. That is the mistake people make. You're not making it random. You know it in your mind that, okay, I have just 3 times to post a week since I'm busy. Please give us premium content. Be excellent at it so that if anybody comes across your page, they can easily follow you and you can still convert because your content is screaming value. Then I'm also going to add that as a student, there's sometimes you have time, all right? You're scrolling through TikTok, IG. You can use that time rather to be engaging on LinkedIn to actually make new connections, build new communities, stretch your wings, okay? Just engage. The secret to winning on LinkedIn now is even beyond your content. It's about your comments also. So if you can strategically position your comments in the right places, let's say during break, maybe when you have space in between two lectures, just come online on LinkedIn and engage, and it works as well. So that's what I'm going to tell you.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. And my 2 cents on that one is that my 2 cents on that one is that, like she rightly said, focus on what matters to you right now. But I'll tell you something from experience, though it's a hard recommendation. There's something I've gotten from people like Blossom, Homa Wogo. Consistently showing up will always beat inactivity. If you can, I would advise um, give someone to help you handle your LinkedIn. But the downside to that is if the person does not know your A game of content, it will be better you just stay away and come back than having someone post rubbish for you. But having been someone who has seen, I got to a point that I got tired of seeing all the viral posts. I could just come on LinkedIn, post random stuff, and boom. And I'm like, I have a goal of building a 10K per month business based off LinkedIn. I didn't get much of that. Yes, I saw figures, but it was not just crossing that ceiling that I wanted. So I said, I need to try stuff off LinkedIn. So I had to take a detour and do stuff offline. One of the things I noticed that by the time I came back to LinkedIn, because I just felt like, say I'm not be LinkedIn, I will come and I will post now. I noticed that there were a lot of changes. The algorithm was, because one of the things I noticed that the algorithm does is that, especially this 360 brew, is that think of every post you share as a portfolio, as a digital footprint. They amount to each other until you come to a peak moment where whatever you post at that time works, but they are building on the foundation of those posts with 2 likes, 10 likes, 15 likes. The algorithm was studying, catching, what's the word? Segmenting your post, compartmentalizing them for the type of audiences that you want. And there's something I know that LinkedIn has. LinkedIn has this evergreen content style where you can post a post in 2 weeks. Your ideal clients will see that post 3 weeks later and come and hire you because of it. So what that means is you can drop a post that you think this post did not do well, just got 100 likes. It's well, let me move. I want 1,000 likes. One of the things I had to unlearn after I came back and I saw the disappointment of the algorithm and my reach, I had to just tell myself, you know what, I'm going to put my message out and damn it, like I had to tell myself that, Joseph, you build this thing from scratch, brick by brick. You can build it again. So just put yourself in rebuilding mode and screw whatever the algorithm does. Because when I started on LinkedIn years ago, there were no boot camps like this. There were no LinkedIn coaches to teach us, or if they were more white guys. And Homer was the only person I know that was teaching LinkedIn then. Because at the time I started working on LinkedIn, Homer wasn't a LinkedIn coach yet. We were still doing affiliate marketing. Point is, I came on LinkedIn. I was my content is doing well on Twitter and Facebook. Let me just be posting it on LinkedIn. Until one day I came, a content I shared on Twitter, I shared it on LinkedIn. Boom, 6,000 likes. What's it happen for you? And those days, if you have 6,000 likes, that means your impressions for one post should be at least 200 plus 300K, impressions on one post. 200K impressions. So that's how it happened. So I had to study. Like yesterday, I was teaching my personal assistant, one of my assistants, about content. And I said, check the content you have posted this past 1 month plus. What did you notice about this content? She was like, I said, don't you observe that this profile that we are working on, this profile has gotten posts with thousands of likes, hundreds of thousands of impressions. But have you noticed that your posts always go around 1,000 likes? 1,000 impressions, 900 and something. A little above 73 likes, a little above 85 likes, a little above 67 likes. I said it's not because LinkedIn hates this client's profile, but because you are consistently saying the same thing. Now, what people miss about the concept of consistency, they think consistency means just be showing up, just be doing. Not lie, oh. Hey, the idea of consistency is learning on the journey and refining on in the process. So let me explain. Today I posted about my usual random content. Monday, motivation. Tuesday, industry related. Wednesday, maybe it's influencer spotlight. Thursday, throwback. Friday, fun. Saturday, something like that, networking. So I drop all different types of posts, but of course, still in brand, still in niche. And then I go and check the analytics. One of the things I want to teach you guys is how to study your analytics to understand growth patterns. The analytics in your profile are not just for you to say. Some people, and I know LinkedIn Analytics did something lately where you would see cumulative, you will see daily. One of the worst things you can do to yourself is use cumulative to judge your LinkedIn growth. Please use daily. Why? Cumulative just accumulates everything. So whether you need 50 impressions today, 100 tomorrow, 11 next tomorrow, LinkedIn just puts everything together and say at least you are climbing 1% higher. But daily shows you the one that gave you 50, the day you went high and the day you went low. Why is that important? So that you can tell which content is doing the heavy lifting and the types of content to reinforce. That's not, this whole talk is not for tonight's class anyway. I don't know. I will just allow you do your rubbish first. This is me speaking to everyone. I will allow you do what you can, not necessarily rubbish. Of course, I'm giving you the ideas. You will post this week. And after 1 week, I'll teach you how to know whether you are really growing and how to not look, because that's where you will see that a post can have 100 likes, but 3,000 impressions. Another post can have 300 likes, but 600 impressions. I'm telling you, then you realize that the real metric or parameters for judging a functional post is not engagement, it's your reach impression, because impression shows you what the platform is happy promoting. It shows you interest and intent, because the more people see, the more there is dwell time, the more they are like, okay, maybe link the algorithm, say, okay, maybe this is valuable, shows another person. So your impressions and reach grows. So I've made a post with 97 likes, but the impressions was over 10,000 impressions. And yet, in that same profile, we have posts with 300 likes with maybe 3,000 impressions. So you need to learn how to study your impressions, your engagement, what is the real growth trend, so that you don't just give up and say, oh, my post is just 50 likes, so I'm not growing. That is not real proof of growth. And lastly, I would say, Blossom said something. In the whole marketing funnel, there is one part of the marketing funnel that people tend to overlook, which is the awareness phase. Some of us just feel awareness is okay, share this one and get likes, and that's it. But awareness has to be something you have to consistently do, because of everything in your marketing funnel, the most important you need that draws you closer to closing a client are your awareness posts. Yes, awareness will get you noticed. They come to your profile. That's how you will see your profile visits are increasing. That's also a very important metric, the number of people visiting your profile. From those visits, you want to strategically position your profile in a way that when they come, walk-ins full everywhere. Anyways, talk for another day. For now, I just want to say a big thank you to you, Blossom, and to every one of you that showed up. We maintained a consistent flow and energy throughout this session. So till we see you again, brothers and sisters, keep praying in life. Auntie Blossom, bye for now. Go and rest. You have done a lot. Go and rest. Thank you so much, Blossom. Any other further questions? I'll just take them and we'll call it a close. Someone say, I came to LinkedIn because Fiverr blocked my account, probably just like yours. I have screenshots of over 45 stars, but no portfolio. Can I post with those screenshots as content? My brother, there is no limit. Some questions, some questions themselves, in themselves, they have answers. When it comes to content, remember, content is your vehicle. One of the reasons why I notice people stall when it comes to content is you over-attach too much emotion to a content, as if that is the only content you can post. Oh, guy, if today content not do well, post tomorrow own. Every idea you get, experiment it. I always tell people, test every idea with data. Data is a better coach than Ine, Joseph, or Blossom, or anybody. Because I can tell you a recommendation based on best practices, but you will go on LinkedIn and break that best practice and you will go viral for it. And so I always say, why there is best practice to guide you, not as a hard, fast rule, you want to systematically test every idea. That's why I say you need to learn how to study your analytics. It is your analytics that will tell you, oh, this post was actually a good one. Do it more. Do you understand? Because from each post, you can tell how many posts got you more followers. Those are the things you need. Why did you come on LinkedIn? Get your followers, get your reach, and get the right attention in your DM. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen. You'll receive an email from me for our content plan for the week. And I'll also share the content on WhatsApp as well, but it will be better off in your email. So do where to go to your email right now and search Ine Joseph. You will see all the emails that even the ones you have missed. And anything else, I'll communicate with you via email, via your admins in your support groups. And I'll just do my best. Always check the announcements on WhatsApp, because that's the first place I drop any helpful information. I'm so excited because tomorrow we're not doing class till, let's say, Sunday again. Let's go and post and see how this was. Lastly, ladies and gentlemen, I need to show you this in this class, because before I will teach again, it will be in another class. I want to show you something I did earlier, because some of you are still rebranding. I've been seeing before and after on LinkedIn, I've been seeing before and after on the WhatsApp groups, and some of your before and after, some are genuine upgrades, some are almost systematic downgrades. And I'm like, what did happen for here? I need to show you something, and I'm using Blossom as an example. And I pity those who have already fallen off this class, because till we share grace, not common for class, because you get why. Let me show you something. And let me be sure that this one that I want to show, YouTube will not flag it, because the fear of YouTube is not the beginning of wisdom for me right now. Okay, so I'm just going to open the image first. Good. And then, okay. And this is public info. Good. Let me show that. This one is for the remaining 20-something people that have stayed at this point. I want to reward you with this update. You will be blessed by it. It's just a quick demo, so to open your eyes. If you know me by now, you know I like to show, not tell. I go tell you, but I like show, make you understand something. So y'all can see this. Please, I want you to answer genuinely with either up or down. This is Blossom, before and after. If you see the before, she says expert SEO content writer, because some of you, your pitch still looks like this. Let me zoom this out. Expert SEO writer, right? Let me zoom it back in. Oh God, I beg. Okay. Expert SEO writer. I help ambitious brands create hypnotic content that will yield 5x online visibility. Premium ghostwriter, top digital marketer. And she used a selfie photo of her standing behind one building, and she has a banner. Some of your profiles right now in this challenge, this is how it looks. And you are wondering why you are not getting visibility. You are wondering why no matter what you post, you never cross 26 likes. Because I always say this, it's not what you say, it is who is saying it. It is not what you say, it is who is saying it. I'm saying this because now we're going to post. Some of you, you know your profile is not fully cooked. You go still carry your big head, go post tomorrow, because you are in a hurry to post. Because you think, Blossom said content, now I have to post content. Good. It's good that even move even before you are ready. But I always advise, put your house in order, because one proper branding with one good content can do you more good than 10 good content with bad branding. Okay, so this is our before, right? Now look at the after. I zoom out again. Now I zoom in. Give me your mind day. Now they say, okay. Now this is the after. You can see the big difference, the glow up. The picture is picturing, and the pitch is clear. It says making you visible and irresistible on LinkedIn. If you were in day one onboarding, you will notice I spent a great deal of breaking time to teach this aspect, but some of the profiles I still don't cut it. This banner was designed by a professional graphic designer. It was not done with AI. I told you guys, we have good designers in the community. In fact, my number one designer is in the community, Sir Precious. You know, is that what is his name? Precious Chinkere Abi Chinko. Now he's a be. Anyways, he go signify later. I'm not shout. Maybe he's on this, maybe don't go sleep. Not because I mean. Anyways, Precious is there. Dr. Tim, he's a medical doctor, he's a graphic designer. Mark, there are many graphics designers I've seen in the community. Some are even doing giveaway. Don't do strong head and say AI must design for me. Get a professional designer first, may do better thing for you. Then you can use AI to maybe upgrade it. Now they hear me so you see this banner. Look at it. Work with me via feature section. I told you guys, your feature section should have a call to action, right? A link to reach you, because random people cannot send you DM on LinkedIn. This is not Instagram or Twitter. Before you can send somebody DM on LinkedIn, you must be connections. But if you are a second degree, you cannot send people random DM. So LinkedIn has that privacy. The only people you can DM one-on-one are people who are your connections. That is the beauty of being connected. So you see this now. The headline. How many texts there here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's the first thing you will see, making you visible and irresistible on LinkedIn. Now, guess what? It's the same person, same skill she is offering, but she realized that much of the type of people I need are on LinkedIn. Why say expert SEO writer? Why not just, because some of you, your problem is you want to put everything on your profile, because you'll be SEO writer, blog writer. Do you see blog writing? Blossom talked about how she was into all manner of writing, but she realized that on LinkedIn, people are looking for a writing service on LinkedIn. So she focused on making you visible on LinkedIn. Organic growth expert, content marketer. You see, it is streamlined to our claim. Now, Abana, I build power brands that dominate on LinkedIn, faster growth, high tickets. This was when she was doing branding. You know, if you go and check her profile now, these things have changed to the new things she's using now. Why did I actually bring you here? I had to use Blossom because the moment Blossom changed from this old profile to this one, bing, like bing, every 2 seconds, everywhere yours boss. Yeah, I come to you, they go. I say, what did happen? Who be this girl? Why? All of a sudden, I now started recognizing her. One good picture. That's why I was telling Fine Wine. What was that your Igbo name again? Inya Nacho. Oh, I don't know. It's well. You know what I'm talking of. She was asking me, is this profile good? I said, not there yet. Why? Because I don't see that profile and get that aura, that vibe that makes me feel like, man, I should work with this person. I should follow this person. I should listen to this person. It's not about having fine picture. It's about creating a strong impression, strong first impression with your branding. And until your branding is like that, until you can look at your branding and say, wow, now maybe this, just I recall example, get sense. I know get sense a little real life for, until your branding makes you feel like this is fake life. You have not branded yet. You are still doing manage. You are still doing Yakubu manage. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to also show you something. I told you about studying what works. Now, I do not have the liberty of going through. It's true. What was that name again? Let me check. It was a profile here. What was that name now? I bet I ignore first. Yes, Onyechi Inyanyi, my sister. It is where only your need here. Oh my God! Now I want to show you guys something. Just a quick demo because I think you will need this. Because the next you will hear from me will be Sunday next week. So this is just extra insights. This is me going the extra. I mean, I should just close and go rest. I was dozing off at some point because I've really not had good sleep since this whole cohort started. I come to ask myself who sent me work. But it's okay. Let me show you something. You fast now, not distress me. Now, when Blossom noticed that every time I post she even did it before and after. When Blossom noticed that every time I post with these my new pictures, I go viral. You know what she did? She started posting every day with those pictures. That's what I was trying to show you. A lot of you who have checked her profile will know. It took a while, before, as you can see, right? Same picture, like steadily. She knows that when she posts this one in green, they go viral like that. When she posts it, now I want to show you something. Same blossom. Ladies and gentlemen, this picture. I know that I'm still there, yeah. If you are still with me, say I'm with you, sir. I go first close this class. So yeah, stay. This picture is Blossom, ladies and gentlemen. Same Blossom. Now the same season she snapped this picture. This is picture 1, right? And picture 2. I bet out of these 2 pictures, this one and that other one, green or black, which one gives a stronger impression? Type it in the comment section. I won't say anything. I just ask question. This picture where I show you so, and that other picture where I show you now, which one gets stronger impression? Sorry if you don't hear pidgin English, I'm sorry. Which one has a stronger impression? The green or the black? Now they say so it's not about, oh, this my picture is fine. Now why is coach not saying it's good? It's the impression your branding leaves. You get why I never changed my profile picture for LinkedIn. It's not because I don't have pictures, but because when I look at my current profile picture, there is the impression it creates that the other pictures I have do not exactly match that frequency. And that's another mistake I've seen some people make on LinkedIn. You have one great picture, but for some reason, because you want to rebrand, you can't go change them. Or guy, use your sense. The best you can do is maybe zoom in. I can change many things on my profile. You see, this is my profile picture. It go there here for a long time. See, I have something with a better impression, or until I am bored. So, ladies and gentlemen, this picture, the moment Blossom took it and started posting on LinkedIn, she eventually blossomed. So what is the lesson there? Invest in good design, invest in good photography. I can bet you this picture, whoever snapper, is that the person did it for us as a favor because of networking, or the person charged her a fortune. But I'm telling you, this is not cheap photography. Some of you are too manage focused. More manager now, they will tell you snap good picture. You will take that your techno camon and snap. And that's okay. AI edit. You get the kind of quality you give AI where AI not go fit edit better thing. Wisdom. And thankfully so, AI now can do proper photo shoot for you. Just make sure it captures your face. Where ChatGPT image 2.0 is superb now, And so, point is, invest in number one, good branding. As you can see with Blossom's profile, the before and after, you will hire the after compared to the before. Number two, the imagery. All right. So I just said this to say that that your profile is not there yet, there are graphics designer in the community. 5K, 10K where you want to pay for design, not will kill you. That one design, you can use it for my LinkedIn profile picture, the current one I have, everything there. I took those pictures with one professional since 2022. The current picture I have on LinkedIn is my 2020. I snapped that picture since 2022 and I have not touched it. I never touched them. I have changed profile picture elsewhere, but I never touch them. And some of you have been asking, can we send you our profile for review? The truth is, I have almost 2,000 children. No, I don't see you as a student. I see you as family, like children. But I don't. Maybe some of you may not see children as a respectful. No, not Nano Banana or ChatGPT. ChatGPT is a better image designer right now than Nano Banana. Nano Banana is second. They learn work. ChatGPT, not Nano Banana. ChatGPT is a better designer right now than Nano. All right. So take note. So, okay, this one, I really need to change my profile picture. It doesn't give me the impression I want. Exactly. Oneness. This is your picture. So some of you have been asking, I get DMs every day. Review this picture. What do you think? What do you think? Sometimes I sit, I just open and close it back. Why? Because it takes a level of painstaking work for me to sit down. I won't lie to you. My profile review sessions alone is $200. As I'll sit with you, review your profile, tell you do this. You go and come back, and it's $200, and that's about for 1 hour. I'll tell you what to do, and then you bring it back. That whole service that you are sending me, check in my DM, is $200, right? So if you want that, bring I can give you discount. Okay, bring $100. Let me do it for you. But people, I never try. And they spend fuel, they spend data, they spend my time, blood, everything. They run challenge for you. They bring speakers for you. You are still in my DM asking, after all this teaching now, why do you think I'm showing you the psychology behind the branding? That's why I say, let me show you. I have to share my screen so that it's not like I'm talking. I'm showing you quality. I expect that with what I've shown you, you should be able to replicate quality to the extent that you don't even have to ask me, because now you know how a good profile should look. So if you are asking me to do that review for you after all I've shown you, you go pay now. Sure you get. But I have a plan in mind, which I will only give to those who I have seen that who have been vetted and trusted. That is, in the people I will give that discount offer for will be people who have followed me through this challenge, I can see that you are serious, that okay, the discount will really be a good thing for you. Not that some people, you go help their build brand finish, they go carry the thing, lock key, throw a key, travel, go Abuja. I'm telling you, you build brand for them finish. That's the last time you will see them on LinkedIn. One of them that I know is Posh Ikoko. I don't know if she's on this call. If you see her profile, sharp. This girl, you do small to your on one whole year, she not come back to LinkedIn. And they tell her, I go lie for you. I cast her updates when I go search her for LinkedIn. When you find her, follow her. Let me see if I can even find that her profile. Posh Ikoko. I used to call her Posh Room. I'm like, girl. That's why we say, they don't make a conky head. I wish I can find her old profile. Maybe if she shared out. See branding now. This graphics designer will run out for them. Now me give them the plug. Because what I did in my challenge there was, I will bring the graphics designer and say, how much is your designer? We'll say 30K, 20K. I'll say, please, can you just do it for us 10K? Anybody that comes to you, just charge them 10K. That 10K is discount. So that was what I would do. Madam, build proper profile. We get aura. They see aura. This is aura. She control where she throw where see. May I even see if I go see our last post now 1 year ago on our birthday. If Posh, if you are seeing this picture, this class, or your replay, better repent, lest judgment come on thee. Because I cannot labor and you will waste my labor. So ladies and men to Jed, oh, she even there, yeah. Yeah, she there, yeah. Now be that. What, such a wicked soul. A wicked soul. No, different wickedness for me other than this. See profile. I wish there for you. I see this profile. I say, wow, this girl get mad with this kind of profile, lock up. This thing, guys, I'm not gonna lie for you. You see, with this type of profile, with this type of picture, I tell you, you see this picture, so this picture and some other picture with this level of aura, just they use and post steady. The way blows on the run now, People will follow. There was a post I saw this evening on LinkedIn. I thought they see this babe post. Can I remember that lady's name? Ash, Tino something. I've been seeing this babe post. Her branding looked. May I look for that profile for now? May I use and do another lesson? Because some of you, your branding is your problem. I'm telling you. Okay, let me go and look. This profile does not have a bad branding, please. Banner is perfect, okay? Profile picture is good, but it doesn't leave me with that aura. For me personally, it doesn't. When I saw a request on LinkedIn, I connected because I'm like, okay, good, why not? I looked at a brand. I said, okay, wow, okay, this is someone I would love to learn or work with. But then I saw one of our posts, which day for year, I paused. Say Blossom, say visual hook. This picture visually hook me. And if you're a woman here, you have an unfair advantage that men don't have. You are naturally the center of attraction if you will know how to use it right. Oh, I just the pity for the people who follow this call. Oh, may I show now the post what I see. This girl want use repost won't me. Now, as I see this picture like this, I say, whoo. I was like, damn. I don't know, maybe it's not fine to you, but this picture, it was just so fine for me. The red color, the gown, the smile. I mean, not makeup, but it just marama. It did marama. I said, wow, this fine girl. As I can't check, I can't say that, and a person where I don't connect with before for LinkedIn. I said, but today was like a discovery that, now so this person face be. So got to do me like, say, maybe this picture what she used for her profile, maybe not AI, maybe not the makeup, but I discovered this person for the first time today, though me and this person don't chat for DM, but I've never really just, had that like I had today for this picture. Now, this picture made me stop. I not read the post, but I remember the picture. And they tell you the psychology of your users, your followers, how they respond to visual hooks. Blossom talked visual hooks. This is me showing you visual hook we practice. If you notice, I know they do slide. I slide into the screen. Can I speak to you? Anyways, so as I see this picture, I like the post. 2 seconds. I'm not even reading. I all like her first. I all like her first. Glory be to God. Then I noticed something. I went to her profile. I said, this lady is not doing this. Something is wrong. with our brand, with our content, because some of you will spend all your energy on branding but not on using the right visual hooks. Ladies and gentlemen, are you aware your picture that you use for a post is a stronger hook than anything you will say in that post? Oh, you're not catching me. You're not catching me. You're not catching me. Let me show you something. This is our post today, 76 likes. Stay with me, bro. I want to show you something. This is the same picture, 159 likes. Okay. Let's say a random casual picture like this. How many? 131 likes. Same person though. My beg you. Where am I again? Then out of the blue. Now watch. I want to show you guys something. You see this LinkedIn content, and how to blow for LinkedIn. I get them, and I'll tell you now. This post picture now, it's a sharp hook, not a C curve, not a C beauty. 400 like. Observe with me. Just observe. You're the observe. They come. See this one. How many? 167 like. Where they go? They out of the blue. You can post this one. This same picture with the red gown. 1,400 likes. No, tell me it's a mistake. No, tell me it's just a mistake. 1,400 likes, 30 reposts. What did she talk for here now? We new. Propaganda I'm not following for on LinkedIn. This one. Yes, she dropped a contrarian thought, but I can tell you it's not just the thought, it is the picture. Now that picture, 1,400 likes. Next post, watch. 107 likes. So it tells you it's not just because of the community or what she's saying, it is the visual hook. Watch. 300 likes, all right? Watch. Even when she's celebrating 20,000 followers. These are posts that normally run, we give you good traction. Watch. 403 likes. All right? Watch. Let's go to that same picture again. Watch. 700 likes. So from available data, this is what I say, studying your analytics. From available data, every time this woman posts with this picture, she dey get her clear. So what do you do? Two options. Option one, run a campaign where all your posts for that week use the same picture. Option two, recreate similar types of this post with you in red. Because obviously there's something about you in red, in a red gown like this, that other clothes. Now, if this person comes to me and say, Joseph, I want to do a rebrand of my LinkedIn profile, the first thing I will tell her is your brand color is red. Say, but I run a personal brand, and my personal brand color is green. Oga, just because your brand, Link Genie, is a green themed brand does not mean you are bigger than your brand. All right, your brand can be using yellow, but yellow does not necessarily work for you. So look for the color that works with you or for you as a person and build it around you. So my agency is red, but I as a person, my color is blue. You dey feel me? So now when I check, you will see a Link Genie in a green. So one branding mistake I've seen some people make, or one branding misconception, they think because you run a brand with green color, your personal branding has to be green on LinkedIn so that you match. It's not true, actually. It's not true. It's not true. It's not true. So what now happens when you have 3 other brands with rainbow color? Will you now add all of them to your profile? You are not your brand. You are the person. Remember, it's called personal branding. You are the person. The person itself is a brand. Link Genie is a different brand. So because Link Genie is green, doesn't mean green works for you. Because apparently, every time with you in that red, I won't be surprised if I check all our content and I notice that either red or shades of red or pink gives her the most likability. Because these are not just colors. They leave impressions. They leave lasting impressions. And so I will take this lady's profile and I'm going to switch this whole blue, green, dark theme to red. If I want to just show small mercy, I could just, maybe use the green as Precious works with me for my branding. He knows how we communicate these things. I will not tell you, add this one as accent, add this one. So why am I telling you this? Some of you are asking me, is this profile perfect enough? If I tell you, say no, now no. Why? Because I do not have that all yet looking at your profile. Now, I have looked at this as full profile. I don't have the awe feeling, but I look at this as red picture, and I get plenty awe. Plenty awe. So why did I bring this to the fore? I've used Blossom profile and this to teach you something. Sometimes the thing affecting your LinkedIn, it's not you be like, but I've branded. They say we should brand. I've branded. Now you are doing the right things the wrong way. You see why my one-on-one service is $200. I be say what I'm, because I'm not charging you money just to help you brand colors. No, I'm helping you stand out. There's nobody, there's no client I have worked on their profile who did what I told them that did not see at least 10x result on their LinkedIn. Not one. Some of them never even write recommendations for me because they want to stay unknown. But there's no one that I've rebranded. I mean, I use my hand, sleep on top of your matter. Now lie. I'm telling you. So when Blossom was saying some things about show workings, now dawned on me that I get some kind of workings where I never even tell. I need to start doing some workings this week. Trust, Abi. So, ladies and gentlemen, I could stay here and dilly-dally and flog the matter. But I said all this to say that, yes, for the $100 offer, there is a limit to which I can take to, so that I do not crash. I've had cases like that where, because usually on LinkedIn, the one I'm even giving you $200 is because you are community members. But usually the whole personal one-on-one, because it comes with your content strategy, because now you are looking the part. I'll tell you, say, okay, you see this part now, send me your picture gallery. I like this picture, I like this picture. This post pair with this picture, this post pair with this picture. And like so. You understand me? So it's not just rebrand the face value. I give you content strategy that is personalized to you. And then I put you on a path that even after, let's say, 3 weeks or 4 weeks, you come back and we'll review it, but that review is going to be free. So the full package usually is, depending on who I'm working with, $350, $450, $500 USD. But then if I had to work with Nigerian brands, because I know say some of them are not get money, I'll say $200 USD. But if I'm going to work with those of you in this place, I will just say for those of you on this call from this session, I just need 5 of you for $100 USD, because I can't do more than 5 in a month, because I need to personally stop, look at your profiles, brood on it, come back. So I tried it then when I was having 400 USD clients and I had like 6 of them in 1 month or more. I crashed. I was now missing timeline. So I don't want to do that with you. But the best I can take in a month right now is 5 of you. We work together. You pay 100 USD. What you get from me, everything I just made. Now, remember, I said discount offer only to this 5. After the 5, I'm not taking again because I cannot take. So you heard what Blossom said earlier, that one side most people don't talk about this whole client stuff on LinkedIn is when you don't get the work Affia. See, it's one thing to say I got a job, I make money. That money, you realize that because what is $100? Nothing, but the mental stress it will take you. Sometimes because of client, most of them because of client work, I don't even handle my own LinkedIn again, because I'm the kind of person that I focus on one thing at a time. So if I face your work, you are my obsession till you win. Sure, you understand? So it's just 5 people. How do we do it? Send me a DM on WhatsApp. I give you the details. So what does this entail? Number 1, this whole profile revamp and review. Look at you. Look at your vision. This kind of brand you want to build that far. See where you go for here, right? Converting to Naira, that would be currently dollar is 130, 13 something. That's about 140K, right? That's change. So what you get from me is you are having 4 weeks with Ine Joseph. The first day is we do onboarding, we get an onboarding call and take your details. Like 5 I mentioned, I beg. So we get an onboarding call. I take your details. Okay, see what you want to build. I don't work with these kind of clients. So go work for you, because also I've worked with clients. I have proven content track record. I know the kind of content I can just say I don't have that before. You change small thing for you. Add your own. This content will do better than your last 1 year content. I actually know content that will give you results. Blossom talked about hooks earlier. That will align with your brand. Long story short, number 1, we refine your offer so that when someone looks at your profile, they immediately see you as the next best option. I've gotten a job on LinkedIn just because of what was on my headline. only that I help you get seen, head hired. The name of the client is Affia. I think Affia is in this challenge. You can go and ask her. These are verifiable facts. If you check my videos on LinkedIn, she's the Ghanaian woman. I asked her because every client I get, I ask, how did you find me? So that I can know what I do where they work. So what if I tell you anything about LinkedIn? I'm not talking as a someone who read something. No, I don't test for myself and for clients who pay me money. So and what did I say earlier? What did I say? Where was I? So option the first phase of this offer is we work on your profile, right? Everything about your profile, they look and feel what to say, what to take out, so that when you both see you, there's a way to position your brand. Like for example, I show you about LinkedIn Blossom. How did she go from SEO content writer to I help you stand on LinkedIn? You see that little switch? It makes a world of difference. I got a $3,000 client on LinkedIn in 1 week after I rebranded. You know what happened? I moved from, I don't even know what I had on my profile then, maybe affiliate digital marketing coach 2,000 plus students from 10 countries. I most of the time when I say 2,000 plus students, I've been saying that thing since 2023. I have coached more than 2,000 students, but I don't feel count. So I just stick with 2,000 plus students because I don't tire. How many is enough? I beg. So I said 2,000 plus students plus 10 plus countries. Though at least last I counted was 14 plus, but let's just say 10 plus, right? I just like the whole 10 plus vibe. And that was just there. I noticed I know they get work. My branding fine. The picture I'm using was a very professional picture. I will not get the day I changed to what you. That's why you see this brand where they are. So since I changed that year till now, I never move on. You know what I mean? As I was changing like this, fiam. Okay, that's from 2023. Okay. As I changed them, fiam. 1 week the man came and said, okay, what's the word? I love what you do. I see that you say you have business. I felt good because he quoted my own headline for me as why he came. He said, I can see from your profile, you say you help creators and business owners to get so that wasn't a dawn on me that guy you use the right hook on headline on LinkedIn. I'm not just telling you if you remember onboarding class, I'm just telling you random so that you will have the creative stuff. I beg that they work. And so he came, we closed that deal, 3,000 USD, and that was for 3 months, 1K per month. He paid in full before I even lifted the pen. And you know, I've been working with him since then, since 2023, three plus years later, and we still work together because I did believe in. You don't keep someone working with you for 3 years if the person not good. You hear me? So I said all that to say that what's the word? So if you want that personal one, come, let's work together. $100, 5 of you, we get on a call, and the benefits you get, we revamp your profile, refine your, so it is step 1, refine your offer, identify your audience, optimize your profile, optimize your content, and give you a personalized strategy. That's the 5 things I will do with you. And it's going to be for a period of 4 weeks. That is in 1 month. That's practically, if I'm to divide 30 days per $100, that's like $25 per week. $25 per week divided by 7 days. You see, it's nothing. It's nothing. Yeah, it's nothing. Because on these 7 days, we are going to have unlimited access and reach till we have your matter fixed. I think it's a good bargain, don't you think? Right. So, and I'm doing this only for those of you in this community for this challenge. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, till then, stick with what I've taught you. Go execute. What I've taught you is good enough. I know the gatekeep now. I show you, I share the screen, I show you the psychology, the thinking process. I give you the ChatGPT prompt that we use in class 1, right? Those of you that don't have it, it's in the announcements, but perhaps I will have to reshare it or send it to you as email. Would you tell me $80? You didn't want me? Yeah? Yeah. Now what? Oh, God, I bet as well. So the best I can do for anyone is, let's say you want to pay twice, right? And your first payment should be at least 70%. I don't even that tip happen. It's not even making it exhausting for me. So they think they breathe. So long story short is, you don't even need to pay me to get this done. I taught you all you need to get it done. But if you want, you know, just cut the chase and have someone do it for you. That's why I'm charging you that. And it's a change. All right. So ladies and gentlemen, to Jen, thank you for showing up tonight. Blossom has taught. The replay will be on YouTube. There's a playlist for it. You should go and check YouTube and check the LinkedIn Comeback Challenge or LinkedIn Comeback Challenge in Joseph. You will see the playlist. All the videos are in that playlist, and the playlist is open. I'm not locking it. I'm not selling it. I'm not asking you to come and pay to watch replay. It's there for you. I just hope that all this sacrifice and labor, you would use it, win, and then I will boast and say, you see that great woman, na me mentor am. You see that great guy. That's what I just want, right? The credibility. Remember, we talked about credibility, authority, giving value in return for, so till we see you again, brothers and sisters. The Lord bless and keep us, cause his face to shine upon us and be gracious unto us. Lifts his countenance over us and gives us peace by all means and at all times. In Jesus' name, amen. So I remember that what I'm owing you now, after this call, I'm not resting. No. I still need to go and put together your content calendar so that you can post well tomorrow. So thank you so much. Do have a great night rest. I love you all. Good night, everyone. Bye for now. Peace. How did it peace? Bye-bye.